Hello everybody, how's it going? And welcome back to the Four Pillars podcast here on the Four Pillars Network. I'm one of your hosts, James, and I'm joined today by two of the other pillars, Tyler and George. How's it going, fellas?
Good, mate.
Pretty sweet.
Very good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm doing good. Ethan's not here today. He's working.
No.
He's
working.
Yeah, he's doing some bits and bobs.
Doing God's work.
He's off being a big tough man. Big tough man. That's
It's
what
true.
It's true.
It's one of
Braver
those
than
best.
me. I'll be frightened. I'll be scared in Ethan's line of work.
But I'm
but
here.
yeah.
I wasn't here last week.
Tyler's here.
I am
Tyler's
here.
here.
I dug my way. I'm not sure if you saw in the As Always podcast, George, but in that episode, I dug my way back out of the hole from under your room. I dug through the earth. I dug through the core of the earth back to Australia.
I was wondering where you went. To be fair, it was getting pretty lonely in my room. You weren't saying anything. I thought you died. To be honest.
Well, you'd stopped feeding me and throwing lotion down, and you kept screaming it put lotion on the skin. And, but that's only if
Lotion.
you get that. I think you'll probably
That wasn't lotion.
That reference.
That wasn't lotion. That was my semen, Tyler.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen Silence of the Lambs, George, or is that a bit too?
No, I haven't. I don't watch movies. I play games.
Yeah,
I'm a gamer.
Did
I'm not a movie.
they make a Silence of the Lambs the game?
Because I play that.
That's right up my
Like a
alley.
license game. Is it like a platformer license game?
It's a platformer.
Yeah.
It's a happy platformer.
I wouldn't know about that. I wouldn't know about gaming. In fact,
No.
I retired pretty much I retired the Tynamite channel. That's
That's true. It's now a legacy channel.
Yeah, as of yesterday, which was the 10-year anniversary. Well, by the time we're recording this, yesterday was 10 years ago. I uploaded the first video onto that channel. I will do a video, I'm sure, like a farewell type video, but officially, it's over.
Yeah.
It's
Fair
retired.
enough.
It'll be no more. And that's not to say I'm not going to make content anymore. That's not to say there won't be another channel down the road about something else. I'd hope there will be, but it will not be about gaming or anything related to gaming.
Oh, not worth it then.
No, it's not. That's why I won't really talk about it any more than that. But, if you follow me on Twitter or Instagram, follow me on Instagram at Tyler_4P. Then that's the number 4. I want followers on Instagram. And Twitter at Tyler Tynamite. But anyway.
I think it's cool to see everyone's reaction. Everyone was, giving you the best wishes and everything. It was nice to see everyone
End of an era, man.
that grew up with the Tynamite channel. I mean, to me, it was like, there's you've given an official confirmation, but you kind of had already, gone down that road. Like,
oh yeah, for sure.
It was.
I guess that's why I was so shocked by the reaction.
Yeah.
I was genuinely like, I had a little cry, like not a sob or anything, but I had a little cry to myself when I woke up this morning.
I guess it's like when
saw it all. Yeah.
When you see a channel that you did watch, even that confirmation of them going, I'm not making content on there anymore. Even if you don't watch them anymore, it can just be like, it's the end of
when I was a kid.
a thing. Yeah.
I guess it's that moment to send appreciation for when you did watch it, and just be like, I know I don't watch it anymore, or look, I know it was over, but there was never that final moment, and now I get to have that with you. Because again, in YouTube, and the great thing about this, it is a shared thing. It's not a one-way street. It is like, and I think we've always done that really well, the four of us, and within this community of like never, acting like we're fucking famous people. It's always been that two-way street, so...
I mean, if I was acting like I was
really
a famous person with 50,000 subscribers, I'd need someone to come and
but you know how
head.
some people can act. They can let numbers go to their head, or like
my social media following, dude. What the fuck, man?
Yeah, but honestly, I couldn't believe how many. Like I haven't responded to half of it. I'm like not mentally prepared to. Like it's just very emotional. It just feels very emotional. Some of the nice things people have said and the messages I've gotten and some private DMs as well. Like it's just like
it's a wholesome.
I don't even know what to say. Very wholesome. Like it, and I think it got me actually really emotional. Even just like the most emotional I got was even though I know it was a bit of just I'm going to talk to you on a podcast tomorrow, James type thing. You just responded with like a Kingdom Hearts gif of like Sora like happy, sad, crying type thing. And I know like
what is that when he has the little tear?
It's Roxas inside him shedding a tear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh.
like I know, like, and it was a nice give of but it made me think. Just even seeing you respond made me think about the 10 years we've it's been 8 years. You and I have been doing stuff together now. But 10 years I've been doing videos, and of that 10 years, like the biggest, most important person in that has been. I'll wait for George to finish coughing. Just in the middle of that moment.
Classic,
I thought I muted
classic
myself just then, but I
realised.
realised I only muted myself like in the recording, so you're not even going to hear that in the recording.
Oh, right.
Just on
right.
Skype.
See, in the
That's
call.
even better.
People don't realise what I was like about to. Yeah, anyway. I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
The most important person in that 10 years has been you, James, and obviously George and Ethan as well. But I do Clubhouse, and as always, and it all started for me with you, James. When it comes to this stuff, so it made me emotional even just thinking about our friendship and what we've been through. And it also coincided yesterday. I booked my flights over to the UK again in September and October. So it's also emotionally good. I feel better knowing like I step away and I am moving away into other things in my life that no one will see, but also I'm sure I'll be coming back with content, but it'll be to do with something completely different to games in a completely different world. That I've sort of been waiting to dive into and preparing to dive into for a long time, and finally sort of about to. And it's just good to know that I'll fucking get to see you boys and hang out and share some time with you in person after a couple of years of the COVID shit, everyone just being in dark places. We've all been through a lot since we last saw each other, more than a normal just 3 years of I haven't been over there, but the whole world has. And
that's true, man.
It's just going to be really nice. I watched with Harlan a couple of the vlogs we did in London. You guys showed me around Northampton when I was last over there, and just like I can't wait to be over and see you boys again. Go to the Bit of Stones again.
Oh, you gotta do it.
Yeah, it'll just be really nice.
I'm
excited.
You get to be a passenger in my car as well, Tyler. How's that feel?
Oh, Jesus. See, here's the thing. I'm going to rent a car this time, so I think I'll drive. I think I'll drive.
It's about the emissions. Trying to save the world. Everyone has to come in my car.
Okay. Do you have an electric car or something?
It's EcoBoost. Hey, what's wrong with electric car? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm a big man with an EcoBoost car. No, there is.
I was just saying, you're saying it like your car's really like good for the environment. I'm like, is it the tiniest car?
I don't know. It's pretty small. It's a pretty small little guy.
Cram in.
Yeah. So, I'm keen to go over, but I also just want to say, like, thank you to both of you for everything you've done for me in the last 10 years to help get me to here, because I wouldn't be where I am and even doing what I'm doing in my life without the two of you and without Ethan.
The gamers.
Many others, but obviously you three the most. Of anyone, for sure.
Obviously, because we're the four pillars.
We are. We stick together, and we are friends.
Yeah. Well, it's real friends. It's not. It's not like. I'm sure we'll do some sort of content when I'm over there, but also I don't care if we don't. Like, I'm not coming over to make content with you boys. I'm literally just coming over because I want to see you guys.
It's like you get in the first thing we talk about. All right, so what content are we making then, boys?
Boys. Well,
we're only
friends.
That's the only reason,
we're only friends for money.
I didn't spend that content.
Yeah, I didn't spend
so much
thousands of dollars on flying over just to make way less
make it back.
Content. Well, I won't make it back. That would not make it back.
We do. We make thousands of pounds.
We make so money. We're rich tubers.
I'm such a cool tuber.
That's right. But even just thinking, like, in 3 years, what we all looked like and how much we've sort of grown up and changed. Like, in what we would talk about, like, there were so many fucking Assassin's Creed references in those vlogs of we're walking towards.
There still will be.
Do you reckon?
Still will be.
Yeah, oh god,
I'll still do it.
I'll be way angrier about it, because even like at one point you're like, I'm in the distance, you don't hear me, but you see me shaking my head because George is like, we're near Buckingham Palace and George is just humming Ezio's Family really quietly. And George, and James, you start laughing and you just see me ahead of George shaking my head, not even looking at him, just hearing behind me that he's humming that shit.
Oh god. It's so funny.
Yeah.
It's definitely still going to happen. I'm going to recite so much syndicate dialogue. Are we even going to go to London, to be fair? Is that even something that we're going to do?
Well, I'll
London's
be
crazy.
I'm going to be all over the place. I'll be all over the place. Like, I'm going to see Eddie and Sheps.
Oh, yeah, the boys.
For a couple of days in there as well.
Amazing.
I'm going to go down to, I'm sure, see, like, you know, some of, like, and we'll organise, I'm sure, something with, like, Gaz, Toby,
Yeah,
Ben,
a few of the lads.
Zach, like, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
The boys that are, you know, close and it's easy to organise something with, like, yeah. And
it's all about moderators, mate.
Ethan,
That's
as
all
long
they
as
are
he's
to me.
available. They're just mods. They're just mods. They're not real friends. No, yeah, no, there's a few things I've got planned that I want to do while I'm over there.
Yeah.
That I want to see a bit more of England as well that I haven't seen as well, and that's why I want to rent.
You got to see all the shires.
But obviously,
Birmingham
you know,
town centre.
Oh yeah,
You get
that's
to
right.
pretend that you're a Peaky Blinder.
Imagine Tyler walking around Birmingham pretending he's a Peaky Blinder.
Well,
He's got
we'll
one of those
buy,
caps with like a
yeah,
razor in it.
well, like the 4 pillars, we'll buy those caps and do a photo shoot. And send
Oh, look at this.
That's the content that we're going to be making. Peaky
That's
Blinders
the
for the pillar
content,
trailer.
yeah.
Instagram photos. We're gonna do Instagram photos. That's what we're gonna do. Start like a 4 pillars Instagram account.
Yeah,
The 4
yeah,
Peaky
that's
Blinders.
great. And I've heard Instagram is so utterly lucrative for 4 white dudes.
We'll
Well, then
big
we'll
cash,
just
big
put
bucks.
like CS at onlyfans.com/4 pillars. Like, you know.
You get
Like
to see
bang.
my ass live on cam.
Yeah, just like, we'll just all like scissor and shit. Like, it'll be sweet.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
That's
sorry,
always-
guys. I thought this was a safe space.
I thought this was a safe space. This ain't no safe space. This is the 4
Yeah.
Pillars Nerdy Bitch podcast.
It's the Nerdy Bitch podcast. Yeah,
Oh
true.
yeah, so can we address off of the thanks for the support? Tynamite's over. Who cares?
There you go.
But, like, can we address the podcast? The last podcast was
Actually, no, we can't address it.
yeah,
People were loving
need to
it.
address
People
the
said it was the
controversy.
best episode ever.
yeah. That hurt
Alright.
my feelings a little bit.
Yeah, that's because you
Yeah,
were
no,
there.
I-
That's why.
Hey, look, we've all had one. We've all had one of those episodes where we've not been on,
I haven't.
except for George. But the rest of us have. Me and Ethan have dealt with it. Someone will be like, "This was the best episode," and I'm like, "Oh, I wasn't on that one."
Yeah, I've only missed
guys.
3 episodes, and do you know what 3 episodes those were? Episode 10, episode 20, and episode 30.
Episode 30.
What the fuck?
I've missed all the 10s. I've missed all
That's amazing.
That's
numbers
crazy.
divisible by
How
10.
do you even manage that? That's completely by accident. That's not like
Completely by
planned.
accident. And I did sort of think about it. I'm like, is this episode 30? That's fucked because I missed 20 and 10.
People are gonna start looking into it in the comments like, oh my god, Tyler missed these fucking episodes. That must mean that he hates every 10th episode of the podcast.
Yeah, well, I just
know what
can't
that
do
means.
10 in a
Yeah.
row with you guys. I want to, like, I just can't do it. Well, I was supposed to have a fucking triathlon.
Oh, that's true.
On the Sunday of that, and like I was prepping and like in bed early, up like at 4-5 a.m. to train, getting my body ready for the competition and shit. But then our weather has been so bad and dangerous, flooding in January, and then we had weather warnings again. They cancelled it, so it's been postponed. So I signed up for a shorter sprint triathlon that's next weekend. And then they postponed, and then they rescheduled and announced that the one I was supposed to do, the big one, is the week after. So I've got 2 triathlons in a row starting next Sunday, and then the Sunday after I've got another one, which is a big one. So I've got the first one, it's a 750 meter swim, then a 20 kilometer bike ride, and then a 5k run. So that's a sprint tri. That's down at Kingscliff, about 2 hours away from me. I'm excited for that. That'll be a good warm up one. And then the next week, it's a 1 kilometer swim, a 30k bike ride, and a 7.5 kilometer run.
That
which
sounds
will be
like a lot, but I
fun.
don't know distances, so
It is a lot. It is a lot. Like, it's going to be a big... It's I can do it. I 100% can do it, but it's going to be tough, draining, and it'll take me
yeah.
close to 2.5 hours probably to do...
Oh, that's not that much actually.
The bigger one. The sprint I should do in an hour and a half.
Oh, that's not
if
that.
I
I was
go
expecting way longer. That'd take me way longer. For
Well,
sure.
yeah, I'd expect it. It would probably take you about 7 hours, George. I'll be honest.
7 hours? Who do you think I am, mate?
We should give it a go. Let's do a 4 pillars triathlon.
No training.
Triathlon.
No training.
No
whatsoever.
training at all. We just go straight into it. We just ruin our bodies. Maybe die.
I would love. I would love for fun to like teach a martial arts class to James and George like that.
Oh, I don't want to do any of
Like-
that. If swords are involved, then yeah, I'll do it.
No, like an MMA, like a cage fighting class.
it's not
like
as cool.
Jiu-jitsu, kickboxing,
Could you
wrestling.
imagine
Jutsu. You can teach me Naruto jutsu. Holy
No,
shit.
jiu-jitsu, like Brazilian
Jutsu.
jiu-jitsu, Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Oh, I
Yeah.
was hoping I was gonna do a fucking Rasengan for a minute.
And then like at the end of it, you have to fight one of the like who James will get you to fight Toby because similar size. I feel like you're in the same weight division. And George, you can fight Ben. That'd be funny as fuck.
Oh
actually.
yeah.
Or Gaz.
Fucking
Ben or
do
Gaz,
him,
one
mate.
of the two.
Nah, I want
Wait,
Ben.
but Gaz
Yeah,
is
bastard.
my height.
Yeah, I'll be towering
Yeah,
over
but
Gaz
Gaz
like, "Ooh,
trains
mate."
a bit. I reckon Gaz will kick the shit out of you, to be honest. George.
Hey, look, you don't know what I'm capable of, Tyler. You
Yeah, I
don't know
do.
what- You don't know
I
the
actually
fucking
do.
power I
No,
have
it's not that I
inside of
don't
me.
know. You're right. You are right. I don't know what you're capable of, but I know what it takes to be good at fighting. And
Yeah,
I just
no, I don't
like,
have. I don't.
All
have
it
it
takes is a
zero
strong right
training.
hook, all right?
Yeah. I mean, I want to see it. That's my point. And I think
I
if
can't
people
even
wanna
do,
see it,
like-
leave a comment if you want to see James and George. Like, I'll give them like a couple hour session, give them the basics, and then they have to like fight someone at the end, all with gloves, obviously, and headgear, and very safe and nothing. Really wrong. But I
We're
just
gonna
want
do
to
it's
see
the
how
best
like
white collar
I
boxing
want to see
event.
how fucking like Gumby they are. with it all.
Gumby. What does that
Yeah.
mean?
Gumby
Oh,
sounds
that's
like,
like-
a racial slur in my head.
Oh
No,
my
no,
fucking God.
it's an Australian slang word. Gumby, like
You bloody
a
jobbo.
bit- like a bit,
Yobbo.
I guess, like unbalanced, like a bit, like
Look,
you're
I
a bit
have-
of, or you look a bit awkward doing it. You look a bit
Like a
unbalanced
baby
doing
deer.
it. You
That's
don't look,
horrible.
you don't
Why
look
do you wanna-
comfortable.
Why do
a
you
bit
want to laugh
Gumby.
at me, Tyler? Yeah, I want
because
to
it's
train him
funny.
up and then fucking laugh at him.
Yeah, George, because it would be funny. That's the point. It would be funny.
God.
If you've not learned anything about all of our friendships, it's really just putting each other down and laughing at each other.
Yeah, there's no building each other up here. That would be
No.
far too.
It's fucking. What
too
are we, a bunch
nice.
of fucking beaters? We're not a couple of beaters. We're fucking Sigma
bunch
males.
of
And we,
fucking milk drinkers.
yeah, you're fucking just sipping cows milk, are you, George? Sucking on the teat, George? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I am. I am
Fucking
doing that.
beater.
I go out into my garden. There's a cow out there. I just suck on its teat, and it just gives me all my nutrients.
You last episode, George, were
I was saying some
Chaos.
weird shit.
you
I was saying
were
weird shit.
So
absolutely
fucking funny.
on fire. People in the comments were like really putting down James and Ethan.
Oh, really?
George,
there was
is,
someone-
George is the
Christ.
funniest. George is the funniest.
There was
Let me
someone who was
read-
like,
let me-
"Oh, I just realised how bland James and Ethan
Yeah,
are."
wait,
because
let me
of-
find the
That's
comment.
horrible.
It's this guy who goes, George is the funniest pillar. He's unfiltered and purely raw. Please utilize this man more. He's authentic and honest. And then he just like leaves some highlights. And then someone goes, George is the best. And like, it's all good. It's all fun and games.
Yeah,
Everyone's
that's
having a
fine.
good time. And then he replies and goes, George is literally the most entertaining because James and Ethan are just bland at this point.
That's
and well, we can all
Wow, dude.
and well, we can all guess how Tyler would act during this.
Oh
Laughing
my
emoji.
god.
What does that even mean, though? Like, what does that even
It's not a
mean?
good
I
way to
don't
go.
know.
I'm not going to see that as like some amazing compliment. Like, oh, he put my friends down while complimenting me. What a fucking good guy.
Yeah.
Obviously,
Yeah,
you know, I'm
that's
sure
so
it
Only
wasn't
weird.
George is allowed to put us down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Me directly. I'll do it. You don't have to do it for me.
Yeah.
Apologise
Yeah.
in the comment section. you horrible
Apologise
man.
right now. I want a fucking apology.
Oh my god. Oh god. Yeah, that
Oh,
last
man.
episode though was such a good time. I enjoyed myself. The thing is,
it was
these
good.
podcasts, before we do them, I'm always thinking like, oh, there's like nothing to talk about, and then we get into it, and it's just like, that is fucking not. There's so much shit
Well,
to talk about.
I was watching the highlights of like I think it got recommended right after I was watching the last episode that I wasn't on because obviously I wanted to see it and
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
people were saying how good it was and it was great. It was fantastic. I loved
Mm.
it. And our like 2021 highlights for the Four Pillars podcast and all of the highlights literally are the four of us watching videos on YouTube. like that's all. I'm like, why do we even talk about games? This podcast is funny as fuck. Where we just find fucked up videos to show each other.
Yeah,
and
it's
we just laugh
good.
at them.
It's
reaction content, man. People love it.
People love reaction content. It's true.
Yeah, it's absolutely tremendous. It's absolutely tremendous. Like one of them was like, I'm not sure if you were on it, James. I think it might have been George and Ethan, and I was showing them like this cage fight with like this fucking soccer mum and like an actual legit female fighter and this soccer mum were in a cage. I'm like, what's she doing? This poor girl doing there, and she lasted 10 seconds and got knocked the fuck out.
It's Combat Karen.
Like,
that's what it was.
Yeah, it was Combat Karen. It was Combat Karen. Oh my god! But
that's a classic Four Pillars.
It was unbelievable, but that's what this podcast has become. That's what it's become. One of the comments, though, I found really weird because I wasn't on the episode and it was like addressing me like I was. It's like my favorite part of every podcast is when the fella's gone on a tangent and Tyler starts checking out mentality. I think it means mentality. But says, I start checking out. I'm like, is he referring to me checking out in this episode? He does realise that's not me in the Photoshop, right? That's just a photo.
Tyler's looking out the window, checking out mentality. Yeah. Maybe you just missed you. Maybe you just missed your presence, and he was like, "I like that little bit of Tyler in the corner, grimacing, in pain." The conversation. Yeah, that's a compliment. He's a nice guy.
I guess so. He
was watching it and he was going, "It's missing."
You just start giggling like little girls. That was good.
That's a good one. It is. It's like when the
People
teacher leaves the room.
And your fucking Eve Guillemot impression, George.
Oh god, my Eve Guillemot that was a good time.
That was amazing.
That was a good
fucking
little bit of fun.
Eve Guillemot and Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
Look at Elon Musk, but he just kind of sounds like Mario.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like Mario. It kind of just sounds like me putting on a funny voice. But that's all it is. That's all it's about. That's what it's about on this podcast.
Yeah,
it is. It really is.
And that's how we spawned the Nerdy Bitch podcast.
Yes, okay, that's
brand.
Yeah. I missed that part because I will say I sort of skimmed through different timestamps and things, but I did see the Nerdy Bitch podcast did begin. And I was like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even remember why I said why that became a thing. I actually don't even remember.
It's because you were doing the Elon Musk voice, and I said it sounded like Mario, and you were like, well, Mario has a bit more of a nerdy bitch twang to his voice.
Oh, yeah.
What does that even mean?
And then you were like, it's all right, because I'm the biggest nerdy bitch out there, and then we decided to just rename the podcast.
There you go.
The Nerdy
Okay.
Bitch podcast. Okay, so this is the Nerdy Bitch podcast?
It is now.
Are we keeping the same numbers? Like it's still episode 31 of the Nerdy Bitch podcast?
Yeah, it's like how you changed the name of the Kill Connor Club and still kept the numbers.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does.
Do you guys remember that watching this podcast? Remember the Kill Connor Club? Why don't they just leave Connor alone? I just fucking leave Connor alone.
What are you getting to deal with?
Why do they hate Connor so much? It's kind of disrespectful. Do they just hate natives?
I get the problem with his character, and everything, but he's cool and calm and collected, and he's got brutal takedowns. I fucking god.
AC fans are so fucking weird.
I love.
Remember
them
when
so
there was
much.
like these, literally like a group of, I think actually pretty racist. Maybe they're probably white to be fair, but Native Americans saying we hate Connor because we hate Native Americans, and someone goes, "Well, he is Australian, so we know he hates natives." And I'm like,
wow. Yes, I do remember that. Yeah,
yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy shit.
So
the internet's such a weird place. Yeah. People just say things like that. What the fuck?
It's so crazy that people just say shit like that on the internet. Like you'd never say that to someone in real life.
No, you'd never look at someone and go, "You fucking racist, mate. You racist for
so
being
weird.
Australian."
It's like the etiquette on the internet. There just isn't any. Like people are just fucking mean. It's so.
Well, people just say what they think. They just go, "Well, I've had this thought. I'm just gonna say it to them because there's nothing they can do about it."
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
It's good fun. I love doing that. I love going onto Twitter and saying something based, and everyone replies to me my tweet saying based.
Based. Oh man.
Have we watched that video, Assassin's Creed 3 controversy on this podcast before? Have you done a reaction to it?
I don't.
James's
my
video.
video.
So I really want to. It's so funny with that
Oh,
bit where James
you mean
goes.
where he goes like, there was, hang on.
They
Was
were
that you saying
the
how,
Americans
like,
were
yeah,
badass
we've
enough
watched
to
that-
say no to slavery.
No to slavery. Yeah. We're
And he's like-
100%.
he's like,
I'm pretty
why
sure
can't-
Ethan wasn't here either, and it was the three of us talking about it. Almost definitely. Or maybe it was like As Always podcast with George on it or something. But 100%, the three of us have watched that video together.
Yeah,
It's the same
so
video
good.
where I say, why can't they just release a trailer of Americans being killed?
It's
dude.
so funny.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god! It's the way you
That's
say
so
it,
funny.
just pure conviction. Like, why can't they just release a video of Americans being killed? It's just like without context, it just sounds like you're
With
requesting
absolute
some
confidence.
gruesome video of like American people being like murdered horribly.
It's
Oh
so
god,
absurd.
Oh,
it's my favorite
man.
Assassin's Creed 3 trailer.
Oh my god! I can't believe I was a really big Assassin's Creed YouTuber. After that, like what happened?
You were one of the
Jesus.
AC commenters back in the day.
I literally was one of those AC commenters that we make fun of. I was one of them. So there's hope for you out there.
Oh, I
If
mean,
you're still
we all
making
used to-
Viking jokes,
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. We all used to argue with people about AC lore in the comments, though. To be fair, I think we all partook in a bit of that.
Yeah.
At least I certainly did. I used to get
Oh,
really
yeah.
mad. I used to get really mad. Like, oh fuck's sake, you just don't understand it.
I spent like 50, 60 hours decoding fucking Assassin's Creed Origins tomb,
Oh my
Fucking-
god.
Oh,
like
that shit's so
codes and
fun though.
shit.
That's fun. This is
That's,
a good
that was one of the
days.
most fun things I ever did and it was one of my biggest videos I ever made on the Tynamite channel, was the Assassin's Creed The Truth. Well, the Assassin's Creed The Truth series literally defined my whole channel in the end.
That's what it was.
Like, that's where most people ended up finding me from. That was my biggest series by far, and definitely probably had the most fun doing it, in fairness. But I want to see it. I can't fucking see it.
I remember watching it and
Okay.
being like, "This is good. I like this."
Oh yeah, like I went through, and it's annoying because I
This is
couldn't
good,
find
I
it
like
anywhere
this.
online, but it was written in the Origins like laptop, Layla's laptop. I found it like after you listened to the temple narrations, there was the what's the word I'm looking for? The script essentially. But-
yeah.
oh, that's a great band.
yeah, of what they said in each one. But I went through and listened and had to pause, and I manually wrote down every single tomb speech so I could break down every line, all the backwards one, and find out and play them backwards to figure out like what the inaudible whispers were and shit, and like figure all that shit out. And it was like so many hours of it, and I was so proud of it in the end. And now I'm like, and like, don't get me wrong, it's awesome, and it was a great video in the end. But I'm like, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I spent that long.
Couldn't
Don't be
imagine
telling any
doing that
girls that
today.
you did that. Don't be telling any women.
Oh,
that
dude,
you
I tell
did
you
that.
what, can't tell girls I did that. That's so true.
I think it's
Do you know what
double.
it's like
Why'd
to
you
tell
do
girls
that?
on dates like that? Like, also you do like videos, because that's what I do for my actual my full time job as well. And they're like, how'd you start? Oh, I have like a business online. Oh yeah, what do you do? Oh, like podcasts and what are they about?
It
Like
gets
this is a conversation I like to have,
deeper
and
and
I do
deeper.
sometimes think to myself like I should probably wait till at least the second date to tell girls about this.
Exactly, because then they're
But
in.
I
They can't ghost you then, because then they're a
Well,
bitch.
The sequel, George. The sequel.
Oh man.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, well, you do know you gotta lie to girls and hide who you really are.
You
as a
do. No,
person.
you do. You can't. All right? You can't show them who you are, all right?
No, you
Because then
can't.
they'll see you for what you truly are, which is just a sad little gamer.
Well, I
And they
mean,
don't want a sad little gamer.
even just telling a girl, I'm not sure if it's fine or not fine. Like, it's hard talking about even just how much I'm into, obviously, my MMA training and like getting ready for fights and stuff. Like that's something like pretty aggressive to like if someone doesn't understand what that is.
True.
To me, it's a beautiful sport, a lot of discipline, a lot like changing life, all good things, positive, really positive environment to be in. But if you don't know anything about it, all you know about it is from what you hear, and it sounds really brutal, and only like fucking weird drop kicks would probably do it, and really like
That's
aggressive
cooler
people
though.
do that.
Training to fight, like I'm training to fuck someone's shit up.
I guess so, but I tell you what, the type of girls that get excited by that aren't the girls you want to be dating.
Oh yeah,
George.
they're crazy.
Like, a girl probably I want to be dating would probably, when they hear that initially, will go, oh, okay. So you don't tell them straight away. You lie.
I don't want to be dating them either, where they judge someone based on something they like to do in their free time.
No.
You fucking fight. You can.
That's what women are like.
Fair, but
They
you
judge.
would do it too with a girl. Like if a girl said something that you didn't know was a bit odd, like I judge a girl
Like
straight
what?
away if she's over into star signs. 100%.
Oh,
true.
yeah, but that's crazy.
That's mental though.
Yeah,
It is.
That's derangement.
That's where you've truly got to hide your personality. You can't even tell her when you were born, because then she'll be like, that's a red flag. That's a red flag.
Yeah, exactly. It's ridiculous.
Are you dating a lot of Australians? Are you, George?
No, I just find it funny to do it in that accent, because it sounds funnier.
It sounds really ditzy.
Yeah, it is ditzy.
Tyler, when were you born?
I need to figure out like if our star signs are compatible.
Oh god, it's so bad. Yeah, what rising and moon are you? Because there's more
What's your
things you've
moon
added
sign?
to it now. You know,
Yeah.
there used to be
Yeah.
one, and now there's multiple.
Now
Yeah.
there's 12,
wait.
so if I get it wrong, I can guess 11 more times.
Yeah,
Oh god.
there's always a way to explain it. It's like, oh, so your sort of like personality would be like this. No. Oh wait, but what's your moon sign? Oh, see, that explains it. And it's like, oh, does it? Does that
They get
explain it?
a
Because the
3
first one
times
didn't explain it.
multiplier. They get sun and
Yeah.
moon. They get a 3 times multiplier on it, so they got 3 chances to guess your personality.
Yeah. Wait till I go to the bit of stones. I get fucking double.
Oh, they could just sense everyone's chakra around them. They just know the vibes based on their aura.
Yeah.
I can see your aura right now, and it's not good. To be honest, get the fuck away from me.
Dude, it was on Clubhouse, but I didn't tell you about. James knows the sort of first date I went on after sort of getting back out there after my last relationship.
Yeah.
I was, just went to drinks with this girl, was like super nervous.
Yeah.
But thought, fuck it, let's get this one out of the way. And it was like from like a dating app, not Tinder, like a.
Was it
a bit more
Hinge?
Like a serious one. It was Hinge actually.
Hey.
Was it Bumble? It might have been Bumble. I don't know.
Oh. Bumble.
But like, sort of gets up on profile. Probably a bit of a superficial girl. Don't really want probably not gonna vibe. I don't know. Don't let's just go have a good time.
Yeah.
Get my first one out of the way. I just sort of signed up that week.
Back on the
and
saddle,
Just was like,
you know?
yeah, back on the saddle. Just thought, let's jump right in. And it was like super awkward. This girl had nothing to say, had no chat whatsoever. I'm like asking questions to spawn a conversation. She'd answer, but wouldn't be like, what about you? She wouldn't follow up I'd be like, oh, that's cool. So, what,
I know.
follow-up questions. I would tell, dude, I tried telling stories. I told my Bieber karaoke story. I even made up lies.
Oh,
and she
you brought
still
the
was
beads
not,
out.
Dude, I brought out all the stops. And it was came up naturally because I got really fucked up in the Bieber story. I was 18 at the time, drinking Long Island iced teas. The first time I had Long Island iced teas, this girl ordered one. I was like, oh, that reminds me the first time I ever had that, because I was like, let's try to make this girl laugh. Dude, she didn't laugh once. She didn't laugh once. And she wasn't laughing at all or even giggling. And I just
so
thought,
funny, though.
it is funny. I used to do it as a stand-up bit. I know it's funny. I've made people laugh. And the way I'm telling it, I was telling it in a good way. I've told this story 500 times. I know how to tell this story, and I started throwing in made up lies to make it even crazier.
Oh
she
my
wasn't
God.
laughing. You know what I mean? Just because I'm
man, during the
Hail
Bieber
Marys in
story,
there, bro.
Justin
Hail
Bieber came
Marys.
out.
Yeah, dude.
And he said, stop copying my fucking music, man.
No, dude, he
And I
started
boxed
singing
him.
along. He started singing along.
It ends up like that Final Fantasy VII moment where you're both dancing around and,
It's like the
and then
honeybee
you're
inn,
in
yeah.
drag. Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what it was like. That's actually what happened. That's what I told her.
Exactly.
I said to her, like, I'm really into games. I'm not sure if you play Final Fantasy VII, but there's this moment. And then I went to the story. But she just, like, sips on her Long Island iced tea after I finished the story. And she just goes, well, at least you made a memory. And then I was like, wow, dude.
Oh, my God.
Wow, dude.
Holy
like,
shit, man.
Are you serious? Like, and finally she asked me a question after ages, and she looks at my and she's looking at my like tattoos.
Yeah.
And she goes, oh, like, how many tattoos? Do you have any more tattoos? Like, what do you have? And I'm like, oh, fuck, this fucking chick asked me an actual question. It's not just me asking her questions. This is nice.
You're getting somewhere.
And you have to tell her about your Lord of the Rings tattoo.
Dude, I hate explaining what the tattoos mean. I didn't explain the Lord of the Rings. I just say, like, if they don't know by looking at it, they don't deserve to know. That's how I see that.
Yeah.
I just say, oh yeah, it's just
cool
it's from a book. It's like my favorite book series, and I just like means a lot to me.
Yeah.
And I got it with, like, my mate has one of my best mates has the same. You know, the John Mayer one's pretty easy. I just say it's music lyrics. Chicks probably, you know, pretty relaxed with that. The pizza one's probably the best story to tell because my mates have it. Like, there's 3 mates that have the pizzas, and for the first
sorry,
time...
that sentence, that context was so funny.
Oh, sorry.
3 mates that have the pizzas.
It's 3 mates that have the pizzas.
Well, three of my mates have the pizza tattoos. One of them has mushrooms instead of pepperoni because he's a vegan. Which is funny as fuck, but it took him 8. He only got it when I got my Den Sessions cover eagle tattoo like a month or 2 ago.
Yeah.
And the other night was the first time the 4 of us were out like at a bar, like having some beers, and these girls that come up to us start chatting to us, and one of them's asking me about my tattoos, and yeah, it's totally. And one of them was super aggressive. Like grabbing my anyway.
Beat you up.
Yeah.
Grabbing the stick of Tynamite.
Oh no, it was just like she was just really drunk and like obviously trying to like
just like, oh man, you're so handsome.
Oh dude, she was I was just fucking thirsty for it, bro. It was just embarrassing.
I'm so thirsty for it. I'm so drunk.
Dude, she may as well have been saying that, to be honest. She was like grabbing my neck, and I was like, you gotta stop fucking touching me.
Yeah. Poor girl.
But she goes, what's the pizza tattoo? I'm like, oh, actually, all of us have that. She's like, bullshit. And then we all pull out these fucking
Why is
pizza
that
tattoos.
bullshit?
Some people like, it's just a weird,
Like,
it's just a weird
not even
thing.
that weird.
Just how many like groups of friends are you out and you meet these people and they all have the same matching tattoo? Like more than like, usually it's like 2 people.
I don't meet any groups of friends, mate.
Yeah, well, okay.
I've actually never seen a tattoo in my life with my eyes.
Yeah,
No.
well, they look like drawings on your skin, James. So that's
I
mine.
can't
One
picture
is
it.
shaped like a pizza.
I've never
on my
seen a
arm.
pizza before. I don't know what that means. So
Pizza.
My son's in love with a pizza.
Sorry, that's such an obscure reference. I'm sorry.
wait, we should show Tyler. We should show Tyler those videos.
Wait, let him finish his story
react.
first.
Hang on.
and
Oh
yeah,
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 sorry.
yeah.
Okay, I'll quickly finish this. So anyway, back to the original story. She finally asked me this question. I thought, what a great opening. I have a follow-up question. I'm going to ask her, does she have any tattoos? Like, very obvious follow-up. And I'm just excited that we've got a flowing conversation going for the first time. It's been like 45 minutes. Because it didn't last long. The day didn't last. It was like an hour and a half. And it was like, let's just fucking call this shit. This is not...
Let's just fuck.
Obviously, you know. Honestly, I mean, yeah, whatever. She was really hot. She was so fucking hot.
She's a beautiful woman.
Oh, she was gorgeous. Just absolutely would not want to hang out with her forever again.
No.
But I go, oh, so do you have any tattoos? She's like, oh, no, but I'd really like one. I'm like, oh, what tattoos would you like? And she's like, oh, I have this idea for one, like maybe something on my hand, like I'll get a scorpion. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, bro.
I wonder why, like, and this is what I said in Clubhouse. We all know why she wants to get a scorpion tattoo.
I don't.
As soon as she said this, as soon as this fucking chick said, "I'll get a scorpion tattoo to my hand," I'm like, oh, if you know me, we all know what she's gonna say to this follow-up question that I'm gonna ask. I already know, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. Okay. Why a scorpion? And she goes, I'm a Scorpio, and I'm like, there it is, isn't it? There it is, isn't it?
Well, I'm a Cancer, so I really want to get a nice big tumor on my hand, tatted on my hand.
I really hope I get cancer because I'm a Cancer.
God, that's
yeah,
Fuck me.
well, fair enough too. I wish the best to that woman. You know.
Yeah. All the
I
best
hope
to
she
her.
finds a
All the
man
best.
as fucking awful as she is. Okay, that's horrible.
Well, no, I mean, all that told me is like, oh, so she doesn't, oh,
It's
you're
not-
into
not the
Star Signs.
girl
Oh, so you don't
Sonita
know, you
vibe,
don't have a
but-
personality or know who you are.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
yourself.
there you go. Okay. Jesus,
you know.
that was like worse than what I said.
Yeah, because it's true. It hurts more because it's fucking true.
She's gonna find this podcast. She's gonna go. I can't believe it.
Well, I just can't believe she didn't laugh at the fucking BB story, George. That's what I can't.
That's true.
can't
Well,
believe
she's
it.
not gonna say much, is she, James? Because she really didn't have much to say during the nice, pleasant date with the tiniest
true.
great himself.
True. What's she gonna do if she finds this podcast? Oh
Yeah,
no!
It was not.
She's gonna go. Oh, I can't believe it. That's it.
It's more. Tell you what's worse. At least we both knew it was a bad date. Like I've had a couple of dates with girls recently, and it's like this was fine. Like I don't think there was any real connection there or anything. But they were like, "Oh wow, that's such a good time. Like when are we gonna hang out again?" And I'm like, "Oh God,
You're beneath me, woman.
never." No, it's not. It's just like I don't think we have anything in common. Like, did you get from this conversation we had like that we're like interested in the same shit? Like one girl's like, I love to really into fucking partying and just going out all the time to nightclubs. And I'm like, that's awesome for you that you're into that. And she like hosts parties. I'm like, that's fucking sick. And she was a cool chick.
that's
All
kinda
that's
cool.
great. She was really nice. All that's great. But I'm like, I don't do that shit anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't
It's
want to
wholesome,
go out
Tyler.
on a Saturday night and Friday night and get fucking drunk and be miserable and depressed the next day for the whole day. You know what I mean? Even if it's Saturday, Sunday, I'm up at fucking 6, 7 in the morning and I like to exercise. And like with my friends, I'll go for bike rides, go for runs. Like I
banging.
enjoy being out in the sun early. Like
When
go
no
see
one
my
else
family,
is
like,
bothered to get out of bed yet.
yeah, I enjoy that. I enjoy being
Yeah,
outside and spending time with my friends and exercising and mentally feeling. And it's more for my mental health than anything because I barely drink anymore at all. I really
neither do I.
very rarely drink alcohol because I just get so depressed the next day.
Yeah, man.
The hangovers
It's fucked.
are worse and worse the older you get.
Yeah,
And,
like in the long term,
Like I'll
what's
have one
better
glass
for
of
you?
wine now, and the next day I'm like, oh fucking headache.
My
Like
head.
that's it.
It's rough.
Wine is especially rough on the head, to be fair. It makes your head feel, at least it does for me, it makes my head feel so hazy.
Yeah.
I don't even like alcohol that much, if I'm being quite honest. I'm more of a natural man.
I'm much
Natural man.
I'm a natural man, right?
Dude, I'm stopping over on my way back. So I'm flying with American Airlines, over to the UK. But it also means I'm flying because I'm going to Miami first to see David and doing a cruise with him through the Caribbean, through Mexico, and then coming to London. But then I'm flying back. Instead of normally you'd fly like through like Hong Kong or Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and back to Australia, I'm flying back through the US, so it's a bit longer. But I sort of know how lackadaisical the fucking COVID restrictions are there, so I'm not going to get fucking stuck over there, you know, with fucking getting COVID tests and shit. I don't know what some of the other restrictions are, whereas I sort of know what the US's are. But also, I have like a day stopover in LA on the way back, and I'm like, I'm going to get fucking edible gummies and take them before I get on, like, I'm going to buy some gummies and have them because it's a 14-hour flight from LA
man, you
to
got
Brisbane.
time.
It's
That's
such an
so
enormous
long.
flight.
What the
I'm like,
fuck?
I definitely need to be like, so like beyond the world high on edibles.
What about when
I'm
you get
like,
munchies, though? You've only got airplane food.
Oh,
Horrible.
no.
Nah, dude. I'll just watch. And I'll be fine as long as I have water. As long as I have. Just
Oh,
water.
no, I
That's-
get
that's
munchies
the
so
main thing.
bad. I could not do it. I'll be like, give me that fucking cheese sandwich.
Cheese from the bag.
Shredded cheese.
I'd run into the kitchen and start eating all their grated cheese. It's not enough.
It's. I just know that will be the only option for me. Like,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
tweet like I think it was like fucking Dylan. Goes, oh, come to California. I'm like, I'm staying for a day, but I need to get edibles for the flight home. I had like 4 people respond, dude, I'll deliver them to you. I'm like, holy
Absolutely
shit.
amazing. Holy shit.
Like, people like, and these aren't people that follow me. These are people that must search up LA, California. I want edibles.
Hustling.
And they're like, they're hustling, bro, in the edible business. I want to get a Star of Death flick that like a Tic Tac and just see heaven on the way home.
What the fuck is a star of death? What is that?
That sounds dangerous.
I've never heard of that in my life.
It's a 50-50 chance whether you die or not. And
This man took the death
They're like
marijuana.
red stars. They're like these red stars.
Star. Oh, let me Google this.
Yeah, do Google like they're like gummies.
Do you reckon Joey Diaz has star of death gummy?
Yeah, dude, that's how I found out about stars.
There
This
you
Joey
go.
Diaz.
Oh my god, they're big. What's the Death Stars? They are just Death Stars.
It's just come up with a picture of the Death Star.
Let me type in
edible
THC.
Go marijuana star of death.
Okay. Okay, let me take the gummy out.
I'll show you. These are what I've
That
seen.
just
Hang on.
Oh, so
Looks
it's
like
a strain.
normal-
It's a strain, but you can get it in gummy form.
Yeah, hang on.
I see.
I'll send you that. I think that should just take you to a Google image.
Okay,
Cool.
hold up. Oh, it's yeah.
Let's have a look.
Hang on.
at
I'll send you
that.
this other link might be better.
Oh, I see. I see. They're in like packets.
Ah,
Is that what I'm looking at?
so
They're
they're
like
actual stars.
like red
Yeah.
stars.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
look
Or they're split
delicious.
into purple.
Yeah. But they'll fuck you into the fucking earth.
3 doses.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you can get podcasts. So there's even like, there's a Joey Diaz podcast where he did them with his co-host Lee, and
Yeah.
Lee like fell asleep on the podcast after doing them. Like he literally was on the podcast and just passed out.
Absolutely
from
brilliant. I wonder what it's like being stoned on a plane. That must be so crazy.
Yeah, I've not done it, but it was David that said to me, he's like, dude, if you're flying back through LA, you have to fucking get gummies for the flight home, I'm telling you. Like, I remember once I dropped him off at the airport and he's like flipped, like, he pulls out a brownie on the way when I'm driving. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, is that edible? He goes, maybe. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, trust me, dude, this is a long flight. I need him. And I'm like, fair.
Oh, man, LA's living in fucking the future. For God's sake.
dude. Yeah, I know. I mean,
I'm
California
annoyed.
and LA, awful. LA's an awful
Yeah.
place, but
Yeah.
They got it
they've
right.
They've got legal marijuana. So.
Exactly.
They legalized
Everywhere.
weed, so it cancels out, the dog
Exactly.
yoga or whatever
Yeah.
they do.
And
Dog
look,
yoga.
and look, I'm not sitting here breaking any laws. I would never do it in an illegal way ever. I've never done
Nah,
obviously.
no.
I
I
but
have.
We
when
could
I'm
never
in
endorse
LA, in California, where it's legal, I'm obeying the laws of the land, and I'm going to buy stars
Exactly.
before I get on the flight. And I'm not going to bring them into Australia, of course.
You could even go the extra step, go down to like Skid Row and see if you get any like crack, like heroin. Just quickly
That's
do it
what I
before your
do.
flight. You'd be nodding the entire time, man. You wouldn't even know you've arrived.
Oh my god.
Oh,
God, you're a fucking idiot, George.
oh, crazy man! I'm a crazy man, aren't I? Look at that shock humour right there. Was that shocking enough for you?
Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know how the fuck we got onto Stars of Death. How did we get here?
talking
Because
about-
George's a natural man. I don't like to drink alcohol very much.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, did we finish?
But what
that
I'm saying
story?
is, girls have different like fucking personalities, and yeah.
yeah.
I don't think
yeah,
they do. I think they all have the same personality.
They all
to
have
be
the same
honest with
one.
you.
Yeah, a lot of people
mate,
watching this
clearly the
podcast
girls
probably
I've
think
been going
that.
on dates with at the moment.
They're just not the unicorn that you need in your life.
Look,
you know?
I mean, it's like the more dates you go on, the wider the net you cast, the more chance you have of finding someone that you are compatible with. So it's just what it is. I've had lots of fucking average-
Dating. Ugh.
It's fine. It's fine. It's whatever. I'm happy just being fucking single, to be honest. I'm enjoying
then
it.
what
It's
you
pretty,
doing
it's
then?
pretty good.
Why are you dating if
He's
you're very
casting his
happy
net to
being
reel
single?
in the sweet
Well,
women.
because you can't you can't date unless you're single. That's the point. Dating's fun. Like, but
So you just want to do that, but you don't want to find anyone, or you do?
No,
I don't know.
it's not that I don't want to.
say.
I absolutely, no. I'm just
Tara,
saying,
you're a
like,
slut, mate. You want to be single, mate?
I'm not sleeping around. I'm not doing that.
No,
I'm just
yeah,
going
yeah,
like and
all right.
meeting and having conversations with people. You know what I mean? Meeting new people. And
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns
That's what
out
I'm
that
doing.
just, a lot of people were just pretty fucking boring.
a lot of people, Georgia, are in fact pretty boring. I will admit. A lot of
Some people are pretty fucking cool.
Some people are cool. There are some pretty cool people.
Yeah.
Just what it is. But all I'm saying is like, look, dating's fun, and if I meet someone, that's great. I'd love to. But also, if I don't, it's not. I'm not
That's
sitting
a
here,
good
man.
mindset.
I need a fucking relationship.
Yeah, that's a good mindset,
I'm
'cause then it
really,
means, like-
really enjoying my own time. I'm really enjoying being on my own and doing my own thing and having that freedom. And if dates come up and that opportunity comes up, oh yeah, why not do it?
You're perfectly
what's the-
lonely,
Yeah.
Tyler.
I guess so, George. Great reference. I appreciate the John Mayer reference. I really appreciate the John Mayer reference.
Banger.
But you had videos to show? George? Is
Oh.
that
I have
Let's
something. I can't be asked to read the Reddit thing anymore because it's really long and I've gone
Wait,
over it by this
what
point.
Reddit thing is this?
I wanted to read this. It was this. Maybe I'll do it in a future episode, but it was this thing. This woman's going through this divorce
Is this
with
what
her
you
husband.
found? Because you were talking about like
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
chat. Did you share that on the last episode of the podcast?
No, I didn't. I wanted to wait.
Can
but
you?
it's this-
Can we go through it today? Can I read it if you don't want to read it?
It's really long. I would
Bro,
prefer
like,
to
we
do.
read. You don't know what the clubhouse topics we fucking read.
Okay.
We are ready for this. We are well prepared.
give us
For
the
this.
Okay. I'll give you the synopsis first before
Let
we
me
read
get
it.
it. Let me get a drink. I'm gonna get a quick can of fucking coke and then.
Oh.
Aight.
I'll
Have fun. Yeah. So for everyone listening, this Reddit post is about this woman who finds out that her husband has a mistress and that he's been lying about work trips to go and visit her, and she like confronts them about it, and it's crazy. I didn't exactly really want to read it out today, but
That sounds pretty
it's got some
normal.
drama. It's got some drama.
Okay. What's going on?
Did you hear what I said, Tyler? Were you there for that?
No, I wasn't. I just went to the got a can of Pepsi Max.
A cold can. It's okay. So it's this Reddit post about this woman who finds out that her husband has a mistress and that he's been lying about his holidays that he's been having to go and visit her and saying that they're work trips, and then she basically is going to confront him about it. That's what it's about. There's some drama in there.
So
it's pretty crazy.
Is it a real story?
Yeah, it's not a fucking fanfic.
Well, I don't know. I'm just like, is it...
I'm not reading
Can
this
I ask-
fanfic.
Can I ask how you found this? Like, what
Yeah.
brought this to your attention?
Reddit. It's from this what fucking Reddit thread's it on? I mean Reddit. What actual subreddit's it on? I don't remember.
Don't you have the
I
link?
don't remember. I mean, I'm trying to find it now.
Oh, I was gonna say, how are we gonna read it?
Which was it
you not-
on?
Did you not save it?
No, because I wasn't planning on reading it out anymore. I was like, I can't even be asked to, but I'll have to find it.
Well, you were like, you literally messaged us at one point a few weeks ago going, guys, I found the best thing I've got to show in the podcast.
Well,
And
yeah,
you're like,
because
"Well,
I had one
I can't
thing.
be
I
asked."
had that, and then I had the video of this. It's just this really funny guy who he's trying to sell this like $500 million house, and he's just bullshitting so much and just saying the most random things about the house to make it sound amazing. It's fucking hilarious. That I'd say is funnier than the Reddit thing. The Reddit thing is more like, I guess it's just interesting because it's like there's so much drama in there, and it's like this woman coping with her life falling apart almost.
That sounds good though. It sounds like a clubhouse topic.
Look, it sounds like a clubhouse topic.
Okay, I'll let me try and find it. If it takes me long, Josh
we
will
got some
have to
big
cut it.
topics on Clubhouse tomorrow, by the way, James.
Oh no.
Dude, like, do you remember? I'm gonna bring this up. And this like patreon.com/, as always, if you wanna hear these. Do you remember a few years ago? This was an anonymous story. This was 3 years ago of a guy that told a girl in 6 days he was in love with her.
Yes.
James, do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember it.
That same person, 3 years later, has a follow-up topic from it, and I've gotten excited. Yeah. George, have you found it?
No, I genuinely can't fucking find it.
Bro, what the fuck?
You got us all
I
excited.
genuinely can't fucking find it. It's somewhere, but I just don't know how to get to it because I just
What?
didn't save it.
How did you find it? Just randomly searching Reddit? Surely, like,
Yeah, I
you
think
heard
so.
on a podcast or something, or...
I don't quite remember exactly. Like, I was just browsing Reddit, that's how I found it, but I'm trying to think of the subreddit, and I just can't remember.
Okay, what's the other thing? Do you have the other thing?
Okay, yeah, I do have the other thing.
What's the other thing? Explain.
It's this dude, it's this $500 million house in LA that this dude's, like, spent, like, most of his adult
say
life
500
building.
million?
Yes.
That's not true.
It is.
There's no such thing. No, there's no house worth $500 million.
It is. Well, obviously, the actual what it cost to build the house probably definitely isn't 500 million, but he's clearly trying to sell it for a hell of a lot. to try and
You're
make
telling me
back.
a house is worth $500 million?
It's huge.
No. No.
It's huge,
What?
mate.
There's no
It's a
house
dumb
on Earth
video
worth
anyway. It's a dumb, it's a dumb video because the dude is just spouting shit basically.
Okay, send us the video.
Okay, I know where to find that. That's on YouTube. That's a classic. Not a classic, to be fair. I think it came out like only recently during like the pandemic or something. Because one of the reasons that he gives for the house being so amazing is he's like, we can hold events here like we used to before COVID because we have so much space. And it's like, space isn't the fucking issue, you fucking idiot. $500 million house tour, and he like starts talking about his ex like halfway through, and he's like, it's so great, it's so weird. We'll have to skip through it a bit because the actual video is 35 minutes long, and I'm not watching the whole fucking thing. But all right, here we go.
Come on, George.
But by the next episode, I'll try and find the Reddit thing because
Okay.
it's pretty entertaining.
Oh, ad.
Alright.
Jesus. Fuck.
Yeah, it's a very loud ad for me.
Oh, thank God. I already had everything muted.
All right. Oh, it's split into chapters as well, actually, that makes it so much
It's a
easier.
35-minute video. We can't watch the whole thing, George.
No, we're not going to. I
Just
mean, we're going to
said
skip.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, I
are you
was
fucking listening to me,
I was
man?
looking at my phone.
That's
Fucking
fine.
bitch.
All right, so do you want to watch the intro and just to get the gist of what the actual house is and
Yeah,
why
sure.
it's dumb? All right,
Yeah.
okay.
We'll watch the
You
first
guys
2
ready?
minutes and then go from there. Let's do it.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. One of the largest houses ever built in the urban world. It's called The One. That's the name of the house.
The one. That's ominous.
105,000 square feet property, valued at $500 million US. What the fuck? Rich people crazy.
11 million views. This time last year, pretty much.
Oh yeah, that's true. Until now.
Till now.
It is a horrific house as well. I will just say now, it is horrific. It's not even nice. There's some cool things there, obviously, like any rich house does, but like it's not nice.
Just the classic real estate drone shots.
Yeah,
this
you'd love
is
to
the
see it with
house.
the... Yes.
It looks like Tracy Island.
Looks like fucking Tony Stark's
There's
house.
also just no way it's worth
Iron Man
$500 million. That's ridiculous.
But look
Oh,
at the
that
statue.
is sick. I
No,
want
50? 50 million?
When he starts talking about that thing, okay, it is fucking hilarious. Just, oh god. Oh, this dude is so
Yeah,
mental.
500 million is a lot.
So you think this is the
Oh
mental
my
guy?
God.
This isn't even the guy that says the dumb shit.
This isn't the guy?
No, this is the dude
guy
that
looks
does
like
the
a-
interview.
This guy looks like such a fuckwit.
I mean, this guy does
What's
say
with
some
that
dumb shit
shirt,
as
dude?
well.
That dude
You should
has
see
had
his
like
shoes.
3... George, how many life crises do you think this guy's had? I reckon he's had
I
at least
mean,
3 midlife crises.
he's got the sunglasses. Look at his shoes. He's crazy.
So this is the crazy guy.
Yeah, yeah. He looks like Ashraf Ismail.
Oh no!
That's right. So this is the first Michael
He's just a brown man with a beard.
Let me show you. Come on.
All right, sorry. I'm sorry, making a joke.
That opens into itself.
Look, this is cool. This door.
Electric stone front door. Biometric. We have the latest technology.
It's biometric.
Why? Why do we need this?
Whoa. Guys,
Look at the
I have
statue
never
in the
been
middle.
this
What
house
is that?
before. This is the first time walking through the door. Adam has never been in this house before.
Is he bleeding?
I don't
Is this
even
guy
know what to
bleeding?
say.
What?
Bleeding.
What do
The
you
red in his
mean?
hair.
Let me show you over
Is it
here.
like-
So we'll come and go this way.
Yeah, his head's been
A lot of
bludgeoned.
the artwork we have the sculpture done original for this house. This artwork here is from Michael Phelps. It's called Unity, and it was made for the house. It turns 360
So that's the
degrees.
intro. What is the bit
This
you wanted us to
foyer,
see,
because there's
George?
so many seating areas in
Okay.
the house.
I mean, he's
this
already
foyer
chatting.
Is a true foyer.
Just listen
It's
to him.
like an art gallery
Okay.
when you first enter.
It feels like an art
This
gallery.
foyer is the size of most
What does that
luxury
mean?
mansions. Well, let me show you over here. So we have a two-story office with an office balcony. I have to ask you. a
The
question.
office is. Oh my god, the
I
office,
don't-
dude.
I mean, and for me, it doesn't even feel big anymore because I've done it so many times. But you know, I know it is
and
big.
also,
But
one thing you guys need to know: 10 years in the making, right? 10
10
years.
years.
you've been
December
building this house.
2012 is when I first bought this land, and we've been pushing ever since.
He looks
And
fucking
this office is
drained.
the only thing in the house. The house is surrounded by water, so we have little moats, and we have a total of 7 water features and swimming pools combined. But this office, you'll see every single wall in this office touches water. So
Fucking
it's floating.
horrible water.
Incredible. Look at the height of this. I'm 6'2".
What is this?
Look at the balcony. Why do you need a balcony overlooking your office? So people can just come and like
the
annoy
balcony of
you.
It's Mario's study, George. It's just Mario's study.
Look at the shelves. How are you gonna get anything
The
up
shelves
there?
are so big, yeah.
An office with a balcony. I have not. I actually noticed that.
Yeah, you've never seen an office with a balcony because no one fucking wants it.
I'm overwhelmed and I've seen
Okay,
foyer
let's
and
skip
also-
to. Okay, actually, yeah, the next bit is we can continue watching it.
This
Actually,
guy's
it's so
wanking
funny.
him off so fucking hard.
Oh yeah,
What
clearly
is this video? Why did they make this?
because this dude wants to sell this house.
So what are you trying to? What's the funny part of this? So far,
It's just the way this guy speaks. The way this guy speaks, the way he explains stuff. Okay, let's get to. Okay, let's get to the bit. Okay, skip to like the sculpture, the wings of angel sculpture. Skip to that bit because it is just.
Whereabouts
so-
is that?
It's in the
In the
time
chapters.
like the
Beautiful things, but one of them is
It's 5:16, 5 minutes 16 seconds in.
Okay. Okay. You tell me when to play.
Okay, 3.
but it also gives
2,
us the look of no
1,
glass railings, which will
go.
go down there.
Spectacular.
So let me show you, talk to you.
This is going to be a first. I never walk on grass. This is real grass, and I'm going to walk on
This
How-
guy's such a
He's-
How
fuckwit.
dumb.
He's never walked on grass before.
I don't. And
I don't
honestly,
normally
hate the
work on
interviewer
grass.
the most. It's the interviewer that's a bigger wanker.
This is a video.
I'm on the grass.
Why are there red patches in his head?
Listen to this.
In Murano, Italy, and I was in Murano a long time ago, and if you've been in Murano, Italy, there's a sphere in the middle of the town that's done by this same artist. And this artist was nice enough to make this for us, and because they wanted to be involved in the one, but it's turned into something so much more because my ex-wife, I'm just getting divorced, unfortunately. It was a whirlwind relationship. I met her during COVID, and it didn't work out. But maybe it will still at the end. I don't know. This is
What?
a program that we have called Wings of Angels, and this is going to help
What?
children
Wait.
in third world countries through the arts.
It's
Because
gonna help children.
She's a singer in Argentina, and she came from a very tough life in Cordoba, and she wants to be part of the solution of changing the world. And one of the ways we're going to do this here is through this charity, Wings of Angels. And it's going to build housing and schools for
Dude, this guy does
third
not know
world
what he's talking
country
about.
Children
I know.
learn through acting and through singing. That's remarkable.
They're
Wait,
gonna act
and the
and
dude
sing.
just
That's
said-
remarkable, dude. That's remarkable. He says.
Oh god.
This guy's
video's
such
so
a
funny.
wanker, jerking him off.
Oh, it's so
Can we just
funny.
pause that for a second? Can we just
Yeah,
break
yeah.
that bit down? Because there was a lot to digest in that moment.
Oh, it's so good.
So this video is uploaded. So let's on the 6th of April 2021. So you're talking 13 months after COVID, right?
Yeah.
Began.
Yeah.
It really began. You know, February, March 2020 is when we, you know, most countries around the world really consider that hitting it. It's April 2021. 14 months later, 13 months later. And this guy, and that's just when it's uploaded. Who knows? This was probably filmed, what? At least a month or two before. At least. Right, you'd think. How much editing's gone into this video. It's a half-an-hour video. It's a big video.
That's true, yeah. It's a big old project.
Right? And this guy's like, also can't explain at all. I still don't know what this sculpture is and what it's got to do with anything.
It's a Wings of Angels sculpture, Tyler.
Wings
No
of
explanation,
Angels.
but
They got
he
charity.
brings up.
It was a whirlwind relationship, you know, it didn't work out, but maybe, hopefully, it will work out in the end.
But dude, he literally goes, "We're getting a divorce now. My wife. We met through COVID."
Yeah.
That's what I'm like. Wait. So you
Yeah,
met
they
your
got married very
ex-wife. You met your now ex-wife through COVID, which we can confirm was what?
Not very long ago, yeah, like a year
12
ago.
months earlier.
Yeah.
At
So,
the time you were
yeah,
telling this story.
It kind of doesn't
12
make any
months
sense.
before you, and that's like, he's saying he met during COVID. So what? You probably met at what, April, May? Let's be generous and give him like, you know, early into COVID, April, May. So 10, 11 months earlier, he met his wife. And
did.
now it's his ex-wife. I'm just
Yeah,
like, that's
they had a
just...
beautiful relationship. Maybe that's
It
why
was
he
a
said
whirlwind.
whirlwind
Really did.
relationship, because it was like it was one and done, you know. Yeah, we had our
One
fun.
and done.
And they
She
made
realised-
this statue to commemorate their charity about helping the poor kids in third world
But
countries
there was someone
sing.
in Italy
And
that
dance.
did a piece of art, but then there's someone from Argentina who wants to change the world through a charity about building houses. So that's what this sculpture represents. But I don't know what it has to do with his wife.
But how ironic
I think-
that
I
it's
think
in the
he was just
house
trying to-
that costs $500 million that some rich prick is going to buy just to own it.
Dude, this cost $50 million. This is a $50 million house.
Nah.
Well, he's trying to
the
sell
title
for
doesn't
500.
lie.
It's real. We gotta take it at face value.
The title does not lie.
The
I'm
sculptures are so
telling you.
ugly as fuck.
I know, they're awful. Oh,
Yeah, I
okay,
wouldn't
let's go
want
to
that
the
in my
cigar
house.
lounge. Cigar lounge. This
Okay.
there's something that he says. The dude asks him, you know, how do you feel after, you know, all this work that's gone into the house? And like the dude just looks defeated, and what he says is so funny. Like what he says in response to it is so funny. Oh god,
Okay.
it's like he's been working on this for like 10 years, as he said, most of his current adult life, most likely. Oh, all right, yeah. Cigar Lounge,
Cigar
1013.
Lounge. Yep.
Yeah.
On there.
Yeah, you call it, George.
All right, 3, 2, 1, play.
This is really cool. This
God,
is the smoking room, the cigar room, and I did special ventilation here. I don't
Oh, why'd you
smoke
fucking build it
cigars,
then?
But this has all the
Cringe.
Playboys.
Look,
Wow.
I've got Playboy
Truly
magazine on the wall.
astonishing.
Dude, this interviewer is such a fucking wanker. I don't like him way more than I don't like the guy that's building the house.
I don't like either of them. Listen,
Niall, how does it
Listen to
feel
this.
to sit here now that it's almost complete?
Honestly,
Yeah.
can you cuss?
Sure, we can believe it.
the way he's sitting, like he's not even happy about the fact that he's built it, and everyone's just standing around like,
The
oh.
most exhausting that you could
It's
ever
just so weird.
So I'm going to make you laugh.
Tell me.
I built
Here we
my
go.
house, which is about 7,500
Here we
square
go.
feet, and I was exhausted at the end of that.
That's one room here.
Oh, he's done him.
Fuck you.
Oh, I hate you.
Fuck you, stupid old man.
Yeah, well, this guy's a fuckwit. This
Like the
fucking... It's
lost-
Red Skull. Well, you got Red Skull.
That is really funny.
He's the lost Beatle
He's
that
such
got
a
away.
bitch.
What did he
No,
say?
that is really funny, honestly. That is.
I do the nightclub.
That
He
is
looks like
really
a-
funny.
He fucking sounds like the Fable 2 fucking town crier.
You know what?
In
Wait,
fucking
wait,
Bowser
wait, wait,
Markets.
He's such a.
The
okay.
time
We'll
is
come back to that.
very late. Like it's like a...
It's a bad
There was
room.
like an interview where he says stuff about COVID, and he's like, yeah, you know, we're gonna hold boxing events here on the patch of green over there. We're gonna have hundreds of people here watching the boxing events, and you're gonna be able to enjoy stuff, enjoy large events at venues like we did before COVID. And it's like, the fuck are you on about? What are you talking about? You're gonna have some MMA fighters come in and fight on the grass, like in your garden. Like what are you doing? Let's go to. I think this one's really funny because it's like something that like a teenage boy would want to put in their house. The nightclub. It's like, oh yeah, the nightclub where have all these cool people over. We're gonna get drunk as fuck, get
It's like Rice
fucked.
Gum's house.
Yeah, this is Rice Gum's wet dream.
Which part's this?
This is still part 1.
1843.
1843, okay. Oh yeah, that's a long bit.
We won't watch all of it. I will just skip through it. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Ready.
3, 2, 1,
We're
go.
coming to the nightclub right now, and if you look over here, you can see there's a gate from the street. We want to have people
Wow,
come
look at
in
how well
from the
kept that
street
garden
to the
is.
nightclub. We're gonna go through the back way.
Okay, so you could have people come here without entering the house.
Yes, it's
They
like,
go straight into the
yeah,
nightclub.
you know what? We'll go through the front way. So
How
the-
mental is that? Like, you could-
confusing.
Why would you want that in your house?
And I have one in the-
Oh, this.
From another house that say giraffe
What the
skeleton,
fuck is
giraffe
this?
skeleton.
Anatomically correct giraffe.
It took 3 guys 1 year.
I still want to know what's in this guy's hair.
You see is custom because they don't make lights.
the old guy.
You guys are it's not just me noticing the
Yeah,
red.
yeah, it's like red like highlights or
Yeah, he
whatever.
does have like
He's like Red Skull.
like blotches of red.
Down to the left.
His shoes are also Sabitch as well.
Oh
This
yeah,
guy's
his shoes are
super
crazy.
So
Cra-
this is
crazy
the
shoes.
Entrance from the street
Right.
to the nightclub. So
And you
if you
come
want
up
to have an
here.
event only not in your house, you could have valet from the street. They'll come up here.
Because
and
rich
then
people
I'll
can't
take
drive their
nightclub.
cars.
What a door. That's so weird.
12 feet. So you
The
come
du-
in here,
not
there's
even
a
the
check
fucking
here.
bootlicking old man said anything about that.
This is the fire seating area with two fire
It's
pits.
just like, alright. Oh, there's a smoking area.
This is the
There you go.
nightclub.
Look at this.
It's just an
Ready to
empty
reveal?
room.
Okay, here's the
Yeah.
reveal.
Looks
So
great,
here's
doesn't it?
one of the
I
mo-
recognise the colour blue. This is in your
Yeah.
other house, the same colour. It's
Here's
gorgeous.
one of the most technology forward televisions with no
Technology forward televisions.
because they come in little bricks and they get sucked
What's
together
that
with
mean?
air. And you can make it
What's he
any size you
talking
want.
about?
The screen, you can suck it together with air.
I mean, this is
That's why I love this guy so much. He just says random
This is
things.
bigger than most nightclubs, and
Oh my
we have not
God.
only a dry.
This is the
fire
most
seating
LA
area,
thing I've
but
ever
a
seen.
wet fire
Look at
seating
that.
area. So 2 of these pods.
Imagine
have
having
fire
loads
pits
of
in them,
people.
And we have water that will wash over on all sides.
What does that
and
mean?
above. So when you're here,
You get soaked.
The water just
fire,
comes
and this
tumbling
one,
down on your head.
hang out here.
Like the idea of this part's like that's cool in concept, but like really it's so wanky in practice.
With how big is the house is as well, how often would you use
Everything in
this?
house was generally all of my
Like,
ideas.
and imagine like the health and safety of it as well. Like people were drunk as fuck at your nightclub and they're trying to jump over these like little stepping stones into water. Like someone could smash their head. Someone could fall into that water like unconscious and like
Someone
no
could
one would
just
even
jump
realize.
off the edge and roll down the hill.
That's true.
That was
Yeah.
our goal, but we took 40 feet off of the mountain
What?
to make it a lot bigger. So then we had to create usable.
This is so weird that
to
this
make
is one of your
the
weirdest
grass
recommenders, George. I'm shocked that you
above
watched
have
this.
grass. So that's why all
I just
the
can't
It's 'cause
believe
it's
you-
funny.
in now have usable
It's because I know
It is
that these houses that these rich
That's
people
why
build
it became
themselves are always just so comical. He's
But
got
you
an
can see, I mean,
anatomically
we
correct
go through
giraffe,
the law.
Tyler. How is that not funny?
I find the interview the funniest part.
He is,
I like the
he's a
interview. I think
funny
he's. Well, I
guy.
don't. I hate him, but
He's like a weird
funny.
fucking.
Look
He's
at
like a
him. Look at
weird.
him.
Like he's
He's
just a
Sabitch. The
strange
interviewer
old
is
man.
Sabitch.
look at him walking
is.
around. Look at him. What's he doing?
I want to find the bit with the interview where he explains about how this is going to change the future of COVID because it just makes it so much better. It's just
How
I
does this
love the other
dude
guy
have this much money?
I haven't.
because he lives
I
in
love
LA
all
and
the,
he
I
wears a
love all the
beanie in
shoe
LA.
marks of dirt on the nightclub floor too. That just adds to it.
It's all the cool parties he's been having there with his mates, and they're all just fucking railing racket, just going crazy.
This is the dance floor.
Alright, let's
This is
have
the
a look.
lounge.
Intro.
To the right of the lounge is
Entry.
the VIP.
So he's done
So
multiple.
VIP, his and her
Fucking hell, he's had multiple people around the house to.
TV's going in here.
Yeah, TV's
What's
to
his
watch
name?
in the nightclub if you want to.
I don't even know his name. I don't know if I can even find this fucking interview. Oh, it's the funniest part. It's the way he just goes off on one. Like they just let him speak,
A lot of the
and he
dudes
just
come back
speaks
here,
and
I'm
speaks
gonna
until he
change that.
makes
I'm
no
gonna turn all the
sense.
dudes into good people.
How are you going to do that?
Oh wait, this bit sounds funny. Hang on. In this nightclub section. Wait.
Oh fuck! Wait, I paused it. I paused it fucking
Go,
ages ago.
I've just had it playing in the background. Go to like 2256.
See these
He's talking about changing all the bad people into good people.
Oh yes. What, so-
2256.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
2256. Let me get to that real
Alright.
quick.
Ready to go.
Oh god, Josh is gonna have such a fun time editing this. Not yet. 1 minute.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, this is all over the place. Sorry, Josh.
Yeah, Josh, you're a magician. You can do it. All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay.
3, 2, 1,
wanna-
go.
pick up somebody. I try to do everything to turn everything around. Like I know, and unfortunately in LA, I know a lot of the dudes are scumbags.
Yeah,
here,
one of them.
and
Oh.
I'm going to change that. I'm going to turn all the dudes into good people.
How are you going to do that?
One of the things I'm going to do is I'm going to set them on
I'm
their
gonna
feet.
what?
So check out what I did here.
I'm gonna
so
set
this
them on
is
their
his and
feet.
her bath, right?
I'm gonna set
This
them
is
on
the
their
community
feet.
bath. So
Okay.
this is the her side.
There's
This
a
is the
toilet
toilets,
right there.
and
Does that even
this
have a
is the
door on
sinks.
it?
And see these
Don't look like it.
plates right here, that's for a monitor, right? And then if you come into his side,
Have to. Can you believe
these are the urinals,
What?
and I'm gonna have camera here. looking at the guys.
You're gonna
You
have
can't
cameras?
do that.
Cameras looking at the guys putting the image in the
What?
girls' bathroom. Out of the box thinking. That's a normal thing like
so he's gonna
a
have-
guy would do. Now I'm
what the
thinking
fuck?
like the girl.
What the
He's gonna
fuck?
what?
Let's
He's gonna
pause
have
this real
cameras
quick.
Mate, we're in
pointing
a
at the
nightclub, in a
guys
house.
in the girls'
This is
bathroom.
with their
real
Yeah,
night
yeah.
with a
So they can
80-foot screen on
so
the
they can
wall.
surveil the men.
So what's the capacity for this?
Is that what he's saying?
know.
So it's like,
I
oh, we're women,
know
we're
that
so
we
afraid
are
of men that
getting
we have cameras on the
permits
men in the bathroom
And all the
to make
guys
sure
are
they're not getting up to
scumbags.
anything.
Yeah, and all the guys are scumbags, and I'm gonna change all the guys by.
That's a hot take.
This guy's a fucking idiot. This guy
Yeah,
is
he
so
is, isn't
dumb.
he? That's why it's
I
so
don't even-
funny.
I-
I think.
I don't-
I
I
think
don't
it's
even
so
find it.
funny.
I don't find him funny. I find the interviewer funny. I don't find him funny. I find him sad.
Boy,
I think
that's
it's
why
funny
it's
'cause
funny.
he's so
Because a
dumb.
dude like this exists. He goes, that's actually the most technology forward screen. You can actually suck it together with air. It's like,
Well,
what the
actually, what he says is it's a technology forward screen. It's actually all one piece. So it comes in all these different blocks, and then they get stuck together with it. I'm like, also, it's not fucking one piece.
No,
You
you
dumb
can
fuck.
suck it together. Oh, you just suck it together with air.
God, this man exists. He's out there living
He's
his
the
life
most
somewhere.
LA
And he's
person
probably
of
got
all time.
so much money. He wears a beanie in LA. What is he doing?
He's the most LA person I've ever seen, and him talking about how he's gonna change everyone in LA scumbags, and I'm gonna make them all not scumbags. Dude, you're one of the biggest scumbags I've ever seen in my entire life.
That's why I want to find the interview, because he gets on such a high horse, like he's gonna fix COVID. Like, it's so funny to watch. I love it. I love it so much. I don't know if I'll be able to find it though, because it's not in that video. I thought it was in that video, but it isn't. It's in a different one. Oh, I think I just found it.
Oh my god.
Yes.
This video's made me sad. This video's made me so sad.
Yes, I found it.
Okay.
I think. Wait.
Is it the same video?
Please.
Oh no, he ripped it off. He ripped that clip off of the interview from a different video. How do I find that?
Is it not part of this video?
Let me type in like $500 million house tour interview, because I want to hear the guy speak, because he's just funny.
I can't last much longer on this guy, to be fair. If you can't find it, we'll just move on.
Oh no, please! Oh, I found it! Yes, I found it. Okay, the video itself is 18 minutes long, but we'll obviously skip through. We're not gonna watch the whole thing. Don't worry, Tyler. I know you're ripping your hair
I
out right
really
now.
wish we'd done this Reddit thing instead.
I just know the people they're gonna love it. The people watching are gonna love it.
They're definitely gonna love it.
Because it's reaction content.
so
People
depressed.
love reaction
No, I
content.
love that. I just mean this specifically is making me really depressed.
Oh, really? It's actually having a
it's just
psychological
sad.
effect.
Why?
This is just making me sad.
It's
I don't
because
find it
Tyler's
funny.
never
I
going to
find
own the one. That's why.
I've never what?
You're never going to
gonna
own
own
the
the
one. That's what the
one.
house is called.
Yeah.
It's called the one.
You just wish it was yours. You wish you had the keys.
I wish it was mine. Yeah, I really wish this was mine. No, I just think it's like such a waste of time and money of so many people.
Oh, yeah,
to
for
just wank
sure.
themselves off to make shit like
Yeah,
this.
it's a huge
And it's
ego
just
trip.
and it's the worst people in the world that have these things, not
I
like
know.
people that actually deserve it.
I don't know. It's
You know?
awful.
Like, what has this piece of shit done to have this sort of money? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
what
he
is
doesn't
that?
seem like a very genuine person. He seems
No,
like
dude,
he
he's a
cares
piece
about
of shit. He's a piece of
Yeah.
fucking
Where
shit.
did he get his money? I would like to know.
trust fund, bro. You reckon?
Dude, he was
No,
talking
his
about
daddy's trust
putting
fund.
cameras so he can film guys' dicks and survey them. He's a
True,
piece
that's
of
fucked
fucking
up. Imagine
That's
if he was
so
like,
weird.
yeah,
He's
I'm
a
actually,
wanker.
I'm gonna have cameras in the female toilet. It's gonna be aiming right at their fucking pussy, bro. That's gonna be so good. It's like, what if he said that shit? Like, what? What's he doing?
But
That's super
this
fucking weird.
guy's and the interviewer is a bitch. Like
he
it's
sucks his
unbelievable.
dick, doesn't
Oh,
he?
he's
He
so
fucking
annoying.
schlobs on
Like
that
after
knob.
this, like this is dead set my impression of the dude that's like when he's talking about the sculpture. So this sculpture, it's angel wings, and my wife, well my ex-wife,
Oh,
because
she left me 'cause I invested
we
in
met
NFT.
through COVID. It was a roller coaster relationship, but now that's ending. But maybe it's not. So if you go to this Italian town in Italy. So if you've been to the town, in the town square, there's this sphere, and that sphere was done by an artist. and my wife left me during COVID, and we're trying to work it out. It was a
I need
hurricane
to
of a
go piss
relationship.
real quick, 1 minute.
But the artist from Argentina wants to change the world through these angel wings, and what it's going to do is going to build houses, and these houses that are they're made of glass. And my wife, well, my ex-wife, but maybe not, maybe not, and these angel wings are going to change the world. Like, that's what he said. And then at the end of that, the bitch interviewer goes, fantastic. Like, literally so serious, goes, amazing. Unbelievable. He's blown away by this fucking guy. Like, it's so bitch. It's so bitch. All right, where are we going in the interview, George? Like, how far into the interview
George is gone. He's gone to piss.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, like, he literally sits down with this guy. It's just fucking absurd. This stuff makes me mad. That's why I can't laugh at it. I can laugh at the Sabitch interviewer because he's not the rich one. He's just Sabitch, pretending he's rich, dressed like a fucking wanker. And then you've got this guy with the house, and it makes me angry. Yeah,
It's just so good. This is amazing. I'm a big fan.
You're a big fan. Do you find this funny?
Yeah, I think it's funny.
Okay, I'm glad. Because it means the audience will.
Somehow that was like the clearest piss I've ever had in my entire life. That was so good.
You're hydrated.
I am. I've been drinking so much water recently. Right, are you guys ready for?
Yeah, mate. You tell us what time stamp.
Let's skip to about 46 seconds in. Skip this dumb intro. You guys ready?
Yep, ready when you are.
46.
Right. 3, 2, 1.
So,
Play.
we just had the most epic house tour.
Oh, you said epic
on our
ironically.
channel. I think
Dude, you're
it's
75 years
anybody's
old and you said
channel.
epic.
hair,
So
dude.
you'll agree, the best house ever.
The best house
And
ever.
Niall
Fuck
is
off.
with me today because we're going to talk to him.
Dude, what's
And,
up with your hair,
basically,
bro?
he
I
said a
hate
few
it.
things in
Yeah, it's bad.
the house
It's bad.
tour that spanked my curiosity. And
Spanked.
who better to explain it than Niall? You said
Dude, look at his
in the
ear.
last video, I
His
asked
ear's
you,
swollen.
what is
His
the
ear's so
best
swollen.
part about this house? In fact, I think it was Adam even that asked you that question. And you said something like, what we can do with the house. What did you mean? Tell everybody.
Oh, God.
Well, I think that I have something very, very exciting, and I believe that
God, it's so
I
low.
don't have.
He literally
this
thinks
by
he's going to change the
chance.
world
I
with him
believe
spending
that
money on himself.
I was always
does.
meant to be able to create this house. When we first tried to pull
Wow.
a permit for this house,
Wow.
the
God
plan
complex
checker made a
too.
mistake and approved it for larger than it should be in the beginning. And then they changed all the rules, making it absolutely impossible to build this house again. Really, the one is fitting for this. And the house is called the One Bel Air, and my show is called the One. And between those two, I think
So
that
egotistical.
we have the ability to really change the world in a very positive way.
Change the world.
When you say change the world in a positive way, how does this house
The
change
way he
world?
elaborates is just.
I need you to explain
I
that.
will explain. So, because of
Very
COVID,
so angry, George.
all of the
Because of
venues around the world have been either shut down or dramatically altered. There is nowhere in the world really where you can go
Not true.
for a venue like you used to have, like
Should've come
a
here.
big boxing or
Should come in. We were doing
The
it.
Academy Awards. The Grammys.
anything else that required a large crowd to gather at Staples Center or MGM or Caesar's Palace or any of these other places. But we have it now because this house has the ability to hold 900 people.
That's not
in
many.
Not
a
that many.
safe COVID
It's not the issue
environment.
either with COVID.
And
Like, we
what
don't have a lack of
is
space.
being created for this house is a show that is a show that everyone will want to watch and identify with because it stars me. I live in the house.
Because
I
it
love,
stars me.
And we do crazy things and have crazy parties, but we also help the world in so many different ways.
How do you
And
help
one
the
of
world?
those ways we're doing it is we are creating gigantic boxing matches right in the grass with the world champion.
the absurdity of what he says is-
Ever imagine, and concerts and anything that you could imagine.
900
has a
Positively
people.
changing the
event
world. The world's going to
leading
relate
up
to,
the
yeah, because we can all
pay-per-view
relate
event
to a
will
$500
be my
million
show.
house
So
with a fuckwit
talent
like you
will come through, the weigh-ins will be
starring in it. Who the
Huge
fuck are
boxing
you,
match.
dude?
with all of the
People are gonna
entertainment
wanna
the
watch this
platform,
show
but the
because it
pay-per-view
stars me.
platform will be either a Showtime or our own pay-per-view platform that will raise money down. And with that, I'm going to have a very, very successful show, and I'm going to have events like they used to have, where you have energy and you have atmosphere. And that's what we're going to do right here, starting in the next couple of months. We're going to have a world championship boxing event with the biggest boxers that you've heard of in your life. With round
Dude has no idea what he's saying.
I love that bit the biggest boxers that you've heard of in your life.
The way he says it, he doesn't even believe it. He doesn't even believe it himself.
No, he doesn't.
From the city, and we have the
This is
energy
like,
from the
he's
house.
like
Can I put
BPR
myself down
if he was a billionaire.
You can tell.
can,
Oh,
but
ad.
B30.
Fuck.
Oh yeah, I got that. So you
Oh,
can
and
tell
Savage are gonna
like,
too.
he's
Oh,
completely
son,
making it
bitch.
up on
You
the
can
spot.
tell that he's just always had people around him just being like, "Yep, that's great, man. That's great."
Well,
Do
that's what the
whatever you
interviewer's
want."
doing. Interviewer's like, can I have a front row seat? It's like, dude, shut
Ugh,
the
he sounds
fuck
like
up.
English Trump, the fucking interviewer. Are you guys paused it
China.
yet? Are you still watching?
Yeah, I'm not, I can't watch any more of this, George. I can't.
Okay.
I
I've basically
was-
gotten out everything that I wanted.
That was so
it's
fucking
just-
funny.
It is,
That was
isn't it?
funny.
It's
That
just
interview
too
was
good.
so funny.
Oh
It's just
my
too good.
God.
It's too
Who
good.
is this guy? What
He's
the fuck is he doing?
Nellyami, whatever his name is. Let me go on his Instagram and see what his last Instagram post was.
Why does he think that like his house is gonna change things? Like he's not gonna be able to hold. If the COVID rules are what COVID rules are, you're still not gonna be able to hold events there.
I mean,
It doesn't
I
make a
think
difference.
he's spent too much money and time on this house and he wants to sell it really badly, and he's so desperate to come up with reasons as to why people should buy it when really there is none, because it's not even that nice of a house.
Yeah.
So he's coming up with these crazy things like, we got venues, we got the energy from the city, we got the vibes, we got the biggest boxes you've ever heard of in your life.
Dude, it's just him talking about like everyone's gonna be able to relate to this. It's starring me and my friends, and we party, but we also change the world in a positive way.
Oh, I love
How to
that.
change the
I
world.
love that
cringe.
How do you
so
change the
much.
world? And the way we do that is we host boxing events and concerts, and I'm like, what, dude? You're a
the
fucking
Academy
idiot.
Awards.
It's like boxing events, yeah, the
But
Grammys.
This is the problem with these fucking people and these LA people and these people that get some money or they have a bit of fame and they literally think like when people become famous they think they've somehow like a lot of being famous is fucking 99.999% luck. Like you're not smarter or better than anyone, but these people think they are. They're like, the only reason I'm famous and someone else isn't is I'm smarter than everyone.
I'm clearly important.
Like so many people fall
Yeah.
into that. Like they think they're smarter than other people, and that's why they're famous and other people aren't. When the reality is, no, you got fucking lucky somewhere in life. And this guy's obviously one of those people, but he thinks he's smarter than everyone. He thinks he's like actually changing the world.
So crazy.
When really he's just a sad fucking person. He's a sad dude. I would not want to be that dude ever. What a sad fucking miserable life this fucking guy must have. Because he's sitting there like trying to hold in, show this money, show this house to cover up the pain that he's feeling inside himself, clearly about the divorce he's going through right now.
Yeah, and when the dude asked him, like, after 10 years of, building this house and, all the time it's taken, how'd you feel? And he goes, can I cuss? Fucking exhausting. And that's all he can say.
Yeah.
Oh god, what a
So
dickhead.
good. So good. I just love it. I love it. Obviously, I don't like the whole dystopian aspect of it. There is people like this out there that have financial freedom when so many other people deserve it. But it is what it is. All you can do is laugh at this point in the parody of the world that we live in right now. It's crazy that this dude exists and he's created the one house.
Oh my god.
Now, we may have to cut this out of the podcast, but I haven't seen the video, which is why it might have to get cut out, so I don't know if it's appropriate. It's a video, it's just titled Funny or Not. And I don't know what it is about this video, but I just need to watch it, and I need us to watch
Well,
it.
if it's on
Funny or
YouTube, it's
not.
gotta be safe. If you're getting it off Daily Motion, we might have a problem.
That's
It's
true.
on YouTube, and it's got 2 million views. It's titled Funny or Not.
Let's go.
It's 3 minutes and 1 second long.
Let's watch it.
And the comments are good, so I'm like, okay. You know,
Can't tell what the dislike ratio is anymore because YouTube got rid of it.
So weird. They're still so weird.
You got to get the restore the dislike bar.
Restore the dislike universe.
Yeah.
Restore the dislike universe.
All right,
I'm ready.
Ready to go?
Cut. All right. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play.
Valer, jij ging naar het ziekenhuis voor een eenvoudige
Oh, it's foreign.
behandeling.
It's alright.
That's even better.
Ja.
It's
We
subbed,
went to the
not
hospital for a
dubbed.
simple treatment. How did that go wrong? So it's like in the 90s, like a talk show interview in Russia or something.
Sounds like Eve Chemo.
Oh, the guy's laughing at his voice. The host laughing at his voice.
It's Eve Chemo.
Oh, so he had a tonsil surgery. And now he sounds to bitch.
Marijke, jij had een normaal
Oh, damn.
Oh,
That must be
dude,
rough, to be
host-
fair.
The host trying not to laugh at him.
narcose en dan merk je dat het leven niet meer hetzelfde
Look at him curling his lips.
He's asking the wife who's in a wheelchair saying,
That's a bit. That's a bit.
That's gotta be That's gotta be like a
That's
sketch.
funny,
But that's
though.
fucking
That's
funny,
funny.
though. That was
that,
funny.
that was funny. It asked the question funny or not, and I say that's funny.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah. That should be a new segment on the podcast. Funny
Funny
or
or
not.
I think that's already what show is that on? Oh, Your Mum's House. Tom Segura's
That's
podcast.
fine, no one watches
Tom
that.
makes his guests watch really horrible videos of people getting hurt.
Who? Tom
and
Segura,
sees if-
did you say?
Tom Segura.
Ah,
Yeah, on Your
classic.
Mum's House. It's one of the
Yeah.
biggest podcasts in the world.
Yeah, he's
Your
I've
Mum's
watched him.
House. And he gets guests to watch these awful videos because Tom thinks like people getting injured's hilarious.
Oh, it is so
Um,
funny.
And he laughs at it, and Christina, his wife, doesn't. And they'll get the guests to see if they laugh at these fucked up
Ah,
videos of people
I
getting
see.
hurt,
I
and it's
see.
fucking hysterical because Tom literally will be cackling, crying, laughing at these like people getting traumatically hurt. Which is why when Tom Segura hurt himself and shattered his knee and broke his arm playing basketball, and it was filmed, that's why that was so funny. I laughed so. Have you guys seen Tom Segura fucking? He broke his arm in half and shattered his knee at the same time.
No.
Do you guys not
No,
see
I
that playing
haven't.
basketball?
No,
oh my
no.
god, dude! It was. He went to the hospital.
Fucking
Like
hell.
he fucked him up for months. But it was on filmed. And he did it with Bert Kreischer. Like Two Bears One Cave, one of the best podcasts. You can
Oh,
listen
Bert Kreischer. I've seen him on the Joe
Um,
Rogan podcast.
yeah.
He's a crazy guy.
to. Amazing. But the only podcast I listen to these days really that isn't sport related, that's comedy related, is Two Bears One Cave with Bert and Tom. And they did a slam dunk challenge, and Tom went to a slam dunk. You know what? I'll let you guys watch it. But it was just karma because Tom's laughed at people getting seriously hurt for so long that it was
And he
just
finally
fucking
gets seriously
hilarious.
hurt.
Yeah, and it was really like it's a really bad injury. Like he literally fucked up. At the same time in this motion. Yeah, okay. hang on.
You got
I'll
a
send you
link.
the video.
Yeah, go. Let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we actually get to
Let's
see
see it.
him. We actually get to
Yeah,
see him
he
do
shatters.
it. Okay.
He shatters his arm in half because they're filming
In
this
half?
basketball contest. Yeah.
Oh,
you'll
dude,
see.
that thumbnail. What the fuck?
Dude. And he was
It looks
fucked
like a
up
Family
for
Guy
months,
scene where
for
they
like
get
a year.
all fucked up.
I think this happened like a year and a half ago, and he's still pretty fucked up from it. I think.
Yeah. I guess he's old now, isn't he? He's an older bloke.
Yeah, he's in his 40s, early 40s.
Oh, that's not old. That's
Okay.
not old.
I don't even know if he is. Yeah, I think he's 41, 42.
He's clearly just a bitch.
He
I'm
looks
built
older than
different.
he is, Tom.
He's 42.
Oh,
he
he's
does.
also obese. Okay, so
Oh, is he?
are you guys ready?
That's obese.
Tom, I mean, he's skinnier now than he used to be, but he used to be pretty
Ah, okay, yeah. I guess that ages you a little bit. All right, that's irrelevant.
Alright.
Why are we even talking
Yeah.
about that?
I'm ready.
Yeah,
Alright.
I'm ready.
big. Be ready for this, guys. I just want you to
Oh,
know.
by the way,
Oh, God.
Josh, with this video, probably don't include it because it says it's age restricted, so I don't want to get the whole podcast age restricted because of like one clip.
Oh, can we can you put it on but blur it so then people can see a silhouette of Tom Segura falling
blur it.
over?
Blur it enough so
That's
you can't
more
see it.
entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
do that.
All right, blur
Sweet.
it. All right, ready? Be ready, boys. This isn't.
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, dude! No! It was under his own body weight.
Oh! Watch the other angle.
Oh my God!
Look at.
Ah.
Oh, his fucking arm.
Sometimes it be yourself, man.
And Bert fucked it up even more doing that by moving it too.
That was fucking. That was so bad. That was so like graphic. Oh my god.
I've watched it so many times. I find it so fucking hilarious.
Look at the top comment of the video.
Like Ben.
The top comment says the position his body is in when he fell, he looks like Peter Griffin when he falls. That's exactly
no, he
what
does.
I
And
said.
also, Tom already looks like Peter Griffin already. Tom Segura is like the real Peter Griffin. I've always thought that. The fact that he fell over like Peter's so fucking funny.
Oh my god.
Oh, the memes that came
Oh,
from this are
dude,
fucking
why did he
hilarious.
fucking put his hand underneath him as he was falling? Why would you do that?
Oh, dude. Oh,
God.
dude. It's so
As if you're gonna catch your own body weight. Like, you can't do that, bro. You're a big guy.
Dude.
Oh.
That was so bad. Imagine doing that to your arm. That would freak you out so
And they
much.
had like former NBA professional basketball players there for the bit, like to film their video they were doing, because they were doing like Bert versus Tom in this basketball game. And they're like, "Oh, let's try to slam dunk," and then he like ran up. And so the reason that happened was Tom, if you go back and like slowly watch it, Tom goes to jump. He actually shattered his knee. That's why he fell. So his knee shatters.
How?
Then he falls back because he goes to jump up and dunk, and he's fat.
Yeah, you can
know
see
what I
it
mean? Like-
actually. Yeah, you can see where it pops.
And so his knee blows out. He falls backwards and then falls on top of his arm, and it splits it in half.
Dude, that's so fucking unfortunate.
Dude, fuck Tom. I fucking love Tom Segura. He's the best comedian in the world. I love his podcast, but fuck him. He's laughed at
my
so many people
God.
getting seriously hurt and die for years,
True.
and he knows it. Like, he's eating shit on the podcast, and he's like, I get it. I've laughed at people for so many years. Like, I totally get why people laugh at it. He doesn't care that we laugh at it. He gets it. Tom's fucking got a great sense of humor. But dude, it's just the noise he
Great
makes.
sense of humor. He laughs at people dying.
I love Tom. I fucking love it. But I found it funny. I would watch this on repeat when it happened. I was crying
Oh, I
laughing when
can't,
the video
dude.
came out.
Oh,
I
it's
found it
so
so
cringe.
I
I
found it
broke
so
my arm
funny.
before,
It's
so
like-
I know to an
I
extent
like
how it
watching
feels.
people like try to do parkour and they like fall over and stuff. But for some reason, just the way his arms like fucking snaps. I
It's because
can't.
it's
I
so
can't.
heavy. Like, the impact is so heavy.
I think it's because I've literally for years before this happened watched Tom laugh at people.
I guess,
And
yeah.
I
it's
found
like,
it funny too because the
how's
way
that
Tom
feel,
laughs,
mate?
he has such a contagious laugh that it makes you laugh at it.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, Tom, I just find it, I can't believe how funny it is that this happened to Tom. And it's such a
No, it is.
serious
It is
injury.
funny. It is funny.
And he is okay. Like, he's okay now. Dude, I just find it so hilarious. Like, there were
It's
so
so
many
awful
memes
to
that came
look
from
at.
this.
The way his
like,
arm
they
bends.
put him into Family Guy. Like,
God.
dude.
Oh,
So funny.
that's awful. That's
And
awful.
then there's like, they did a little bit of a sketch that came out of it. Like on the Your Mum's House channel.
Your mom's ass. Tom Segura.
Dude, it's so fucking funny. I think this is the one. Is this the one? Hang on. Oh yeah, this is the one.
YMH
Okay.
original.
Yeah. You guys ready?
Let me skip the ad real quick.
Got an ad. Hang on.
Yeah.
Damn it, I'm giving fucking YMH Studios money.
All right. Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. So this is Tom's basketball injury. Him talking about and explaining
We
it.
were having
Yeah.
a dunk
And Mickey Mouse.
competition,
Yeah.
which is
So this is
silly
after
enough in
his physical
itself.
therapy.
I won before I injured myself. Like, it was just to like keep going. So this is what the winner looks like. Like, I won our competition. There's a moment when I
Don't show it
first
again.
dunked, Roy goes, "Hey man, you got that Larry Johnson going." And I opened my bag.
These are
and I had a
pro
Larry
basketball players
Johnson
talking to
jersey
them.
in there, because I was going to wear it during the dunk competition. Here's what I remember vividly that like kind of freaks me out when I remember it. They raise it up, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it, right? And Roy pulls me aside, and he goes, "You're going to have to dig deep on this one." He goes, "You're going to have to reach that inner Larry Johnson." And I felt an adrenaline rush. I should have almost like calmed down before I tried. I've heard lifters talk about it too. You know, if they go like, you get too hyped for a big lift, they're like, you can get too hyped up. So I remember being hyped up, and I was like, I'm just gonna jump and see what happens.
Damn. No!
No!
Don't do it again!
Oh,
Don't
it's
do
so
that.
horrible.
But are you okay?
Don't slow-mo it!
Oh, yeah, I love that. Look at his arm.
Not
Oh,
again.
they got banged.
Jesus
Christ.
Oh, so bad.
And he's in so much pain.
Oh, dude, it's when he starts realizing the pain.
Oh, and Bert fucks up his arm even more by moving it.
No, I've never seen anyone go for a dunk and that happened. That really kind of freaked me out.
And it's so fast though. And just going back and then landing and just being like, oh fuck, because this trumped this immediately.
Oh, I bet it hurts so much.
Yeah. I'm surprised if he didn't like pass
Oh
out.
man, he looks
briefly.
rough down there now.
Imagine the relief though when the
No, I
people get
remember
there.
that the paramedic kept saying, "Why are you playing with these kids, man? Like you old fuck."
What? That's horrible.
Oh my god.
Hi guys, thanks for
Get
all
morphine
the,
in your
wishes.
stat.
I broke my arm and snapped my.
Oh, they'll show you the X-rays.
Tendon, and
Ugh.
having
Watch
both
these
repaired, It was
No gaming.
during a slam dunk competition.
Oh,
dude,
my
look at the
God.
X-ray.
Oh my god.
238-pound male adult to do who plays a lot of basketball 20 years ago.
I don't think I'm not freaked out to play basketball again.
Dude.
I would definitely be like, I'm good if somebody was like, do you want to do a dunk on this 9-foot hoop? I'd be like, nah, I'm good.
All right. Happy New Year's, everybody.
There he is, Bert Kreischer.
Oh my god.
Oh, that was good.
Fucking
oh my
hell.
god.
I can't believe you guys never saw that. That's hectic.
No,
Well, I don't keep up with the comedy industry. I don't know
Nah,
what's
neither
going
do I.
on.
When I used to listen
So-
to like Joe Rogan, I used to sort of know what all these dudes were doing, but these days I don't really listen to an awful lot of Joe Rogan, so I don't get the
I don't
info.
really listen to heaps of Joe Rogan anymore, but I definitely keep up with like Tom Segura. I love I love Two Bears One Cave. I do love occasionally I'll still dabble in all the old ones, Fighting the Kid, King of the Sting. Chris D'Elia's podcast, congratulations, is fucking amazing. And Tiger Belly, which is Bobby Lee.
But none of
Like-
those are as good as the Four Pillars podcast that you can do.
No,
you can get all of their content here. We'll just react to it, and you can get us. So it's
Yeah,
better.
Exactly. You can get
It is
both.
better. I agree with that.
We're gonna turn this into a reaction podcast.
I mean, it already is and has been a reaction podcast.
True, we do a lot of it. It's fun. I really like it. I think people watching really like it as well, and we just watch something and just make jokes about it. It's good fun, man. Today's been a good episode with that shit, to be fair. I've liked it.
Oh yeah, I don't even know. Like we didn't plan any of this. We just started
No.
fucking.
No.
Yeah.
No current events topics. None of that bullshit.
You know, the only
Just,
thing that's been going on, like
they're fun.
that She-Hulk trailer was awful.
Oh my god.
Oh,
yeah, so bad.
God. Jesus.
Did you
Yeah, it
see
looks
it? You guys see that?
terrible.
Yeah, get that out of here. Looks so
The
bad.
CGI looks bad. And why is Bruce Banner Hulk again when he wasn't at the end of Shang-Chi? And in Shang-Chi he has the arm strap on, and then in this he doesn't. So this obviously happens
Maybe this
after
is set
that.
before. Oh, after.
Yeah.
No, because he doesn't have this arm strapped.
Does
in
he
a
have
sling.
his arms
When he-
strapped in?
Yeah, in Shang-Chi.
Oh.
Oh my God, that's yeah.
Why is She-Hulk living with him as well?
And why does she have to become a Hulk?
Yeah,
Because
why is
she's-
he doing
and
his experiments on her? Like, he regrets
Yeah.
that and sees it as, like, a huge regret. Like, it's odd that he would then do that to somebody else. Doesn't really
Like,
feel...
is she
in keeping
is she
with
And
his
it's his
wife?
cousin.
Like, what is she? Oh, it's
No,
his
it's his cousin. I'm like,
Wife.
why, though?
Jesus.
But why? I
And
still
why
don't
does
get why.
why does his cousin have Hulk powers?
Yeah, and why is like he treating it like why is Bruce an idiot now?
Because he
weird,
made
he's like-
Ultron, and then he was like,
There
an,
used to
after
be-
that, he just became an idiot.
There used to be a lot of depth to him, like in Avengers and in Age of Ultron especially. Like, you see...
Even
like, he's
in
a really
Ragnarok.
clever character. Like, he has a lot of depth there, and I like that he's, like, you know... He's got this big regret about being the Hulk, and that's like this part of his life that he just wishes
Yeah.
wasn't there. But that never really got explored, and now he's just like, I'm just gonna give my cousin Hulk powers too. Let's fucking throw her in a
I guess
machine
we'll
or
have to
whatever.
watch it because apart from the
Yeah.
CGI, it looks pretty fun.
Well, Matt Murdock's
And
gonna be in it,
apparently,
apparently,
yeah,
so-
apparently it's gonna have Charlie Cox as Matt Murdock as a little lawyer. doing his bits.
God.
And then you've
That'd
got
be
Bruce
sick.
Banner who gets... You get a Hulk show. Bruce Banner's in it, and it's about his cousin, and she becomes a Hulk, and she's dating on, like, Tinder. And, like...
She's
carries
also an
this guy.
attorney.
She is an attorney.
She's like a lawyer. So it's gonna be like
But
a,
why
like
is
a
she a
crime
Hulk?
drama, I guess.
Why is she a lawyer Hulk, and she's just
dunno.
carrying dudes around?
Oh,
That's
this
not my
looks
issue
so
with it
bad. Fuck
because
this
they've done
show.
they've done that story before. Like the people clearly enjoyed She-Hulk back in the day when she was first created and stuff, and they've had her do lawyer stuff before. I'm just more concerned about the CGI because it's so uncanny valley. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Look,
Do you
hopefully
guys
it looks
remember?
better when the show comes out?
You guys remember the fucking CGI for Zemo's mask in fucking Falcon and Winter Soldier? Because that shit was
Was it
goofy.
CGI?
Yeah. Did you not remember the bit where he takes it off? Oh my god, it's some of the worst CGI
No,
I've
I
seen.
don't.
It's like
I
it's
don't.
so bad. Because for some reason they were like, yeah, the mask should be CGI, and it's when he takes it off, it looks like this fucking PS2 graphics, like purple. It's so. I don't even know if you can find pictures of it. I just remember I was watching it the other day.
I'll tell you what, I am excited for Miss Marvel. That show does look like a fun, different kind of...
Are you of Kamala? Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That show looks
She's
fun.
cool.
I still haven't seen Moon Knight, to be fair.
Oh, Moon
Neither
Knight was
have I.
good. The finale, though, was a bit lackluster.
Oh, for
which is
fuck's
the
sake.
theme of every Marvel show.
Why?
I understand. Yeah, why that keeps
But
happening.
it was good. Like, it was really good. The rest of it was so great. But when it gets to the end, like, they just don't explore in depth a lot of the concepts that, like, were presented in the show. Instead, it's like, we're just going to do a big fight.
Why is Echo a show? Why is that a thing they're doing?
Who
I don't
is
know anyone
Echo?
asked for that.
She's in Hawkeye. She's
Hawkeye.
I haven't watched
And she was an
Hawkeye.
average villain in Hawkeye.
Yeah. Well, she's like a major character. She's like a major Daredevil character in the comics, so I guess they want to explore that. I guess it's also because, like, she's, whatever her race is, and she's deaf, yeah? So it's like those two things, they're like, this makes sense. We'll explore
Whatever
this
her
rather
race
than
is.
sidelining her. Well, I don't want to get it wrong. She's, she's some
So
sort
you're
of
saying they're only
wrong
doing
thing.
it to be ethnically
No.
diverse?
I'm
Oh
just
my
saying, like,
God.
it's part of the choice of why she's
Wow,
probably getting a
fuck.
show. Because, well, the SJW's are taken over, so, it's the end of the world.
The SG dog.
Oh, it's also what- it's a-
Justice Warriors.
It's the woke CU. It's the woke CU.
It's true, it is the woke CU, you're
It's
right.
the woke mind virus, as Elon Musk puts it. The woke mind
The
virus.
woke mind virus.
Fucking insane, man.
Oh, that's just, yeah.
I just
Yeah.
didn't know anyone asked for Echo. I just didn't know that was the thing. Someone.
Well, no one
Yeah,
asked for
any of
Hawkeye
this.
either, or like Loki, or
Yeah. Or
I mean,
fucking-
I
Falcon
think
Winter
people
Soldier's
asked for
fair
Loki.
enough,
I think
yeah.
people did ask for Loki. To be fair,
I think,
But
to
he
be fair,
died.
every show people have probably asked for.
or
What
someone.
do you
has.
mean?
Yeah.
You telling
But
me
it's,
someone
I
asked for
guess-
WandaVision? Yeah, I really want
I
a show
guess-
centered around Wanda and Vision where they, pretend to be
Well,
in a
to be
sitcom.
fair,
for the
that
entire
was a
thing.
great
Good,
show.
though.
mate.
Oh,
That
it
was
was
a really
good.
show.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying it wasn't good.
Yeah,
She
but
asked
I'm
for it.
saying Wanda's a character I did want something with. Falcon Winter Soldier, I did want something with. Loki, I wanted something with. But like Moon Knight,
Hey,
She-Hulk.
Moon Knight's cool.
Moon Knight's good,
She-Hulk,
though. It's
dude.
actually, like, for the most part, it's good. And I actually
I'm not
really
saying
vibe
it's
with
bad, but like I wasn't asking for it. I didn't even fucking know who Moon Knight was.
Yeah,
I
but
only
he's
knew-
cool.
I
He's
only
in.
knew about him from Web of Shadows.
Yeah, that's all you need. He's cool.
And then there's Echo, which I'm like, I don't get.
More interesting than the
great
fucking
show. What a great show.
Eternals.
I personally loved Hawkeye. That was one of
Yeah.
my favorite
I
ones.
haven't watched it. You should watch
I thought-
Daredevil, Tyler.
I will. Well, they're making the Disney Plus show. I'll watch that.
Oh, it's gonna be so
Oh,
bad.
you fuck! Why would you
What?
watch the Disney Plus show and not the good one? I thought this
No,
Disney
no,
Plus
no,
one's
no.
gonna be bad.
It's
Nah,
gonna
be
suck
bad.
so
I'll
much.
tell you what I'm gonna do, George. I'm gonna watch the Daredevil Disney Plus show and never watch the other seasons. And I'm gonna become. I don't care if it's.
I wanna piss in your cornflakes.
I'm gonna be a fucking shill for that show. I'm gonna become Daredevil Disney Plus's biggest fan, even if it's awful, even if I actually really hate it. I'm gonna talk about how good it was and how I'll never watch the original seasons because I don't like any of you, and I want to do this.
But
out
you
of
would like.
spite.
You would like them.
I want you to accidentally click on the old Daredevil when you're on Disney Plus looking for the new Daredevil, and you
Yeah.
watch the whole
Yeah.
thing, not
I'm not-
realizing.
I'm not
And you shill for it,
stupid.
and everyone goes,
I'm not
"Yeah."
stupid.
Oh man. Well, technically, Daredevil is a Disney Plus show now, so it's not a Netflix show. You can watch it. It's endorsed by
Yeah.
Disney, so you can shill for Daredevil now.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
but we all know. You know what I mean? We all know.
You know, Walt Disney is there in his grave, and he's going, "Ooh, a little bit Daredevil."
He is doing that, yeah.
That was George's Walt Disney.
That's what Walt Disney sounds like, yeah.
Yeah. No, but I'll never watch the original 3 seasons. I will never do it.
I hate you.
Insane.
Out of spite at this point. And because it upsets all of you, and I find that funny.
Well, more Daredevil for me then. I'll just watch. I'll watch you.
Well, it's not actually more Daredevil for
I'll
me.
watch it again.
It doesn't. Me watching Daredevil has no impact on whether you see Daredevil.
I'm gonna buy every Blu-ray copy from the nearest Tesco.
And then I'll have the biggest deposit of Daredevil copies in the world, and I'll get famous from it.
Yeah.
Oh,
How
they're
funny!
gonna ruin
Did you
Daredevil
see
so
that
much.
Morbius has gone on digital already?
Oh, it's got $1 billion.
And like, we're the
Yes.
we're the #1 movie on Apple
TV,
Movies
yeah,
or
the
Apple
fucking
TV or
was,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, that's a funny thing to brag about. That's so fucking
It's
hilarious.
Morbin time, boys.
Then the Morbius has become like this. He's got this mini like cult following of like weird cunts that are like actually into it.
There's also like the majority of the internet just making fun of it because who wanted it?
I like that you can't tell who genuinely likes the film and who's memeing.
That's
Like,
true.
You can't tell the difference.
That's true.
It
It's
could be
brilliant.
either. You don't know. It's wonderful. I really do like the Morbius meme. I think
Yeah, it's because it's funny, because it's just completely backfired on Sony. Or maybe it hasn't. Maybe it's like, it's now really
It's probably helped
lucrative.
them out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think nobody even knows what Morbius is about because no one's actually seen it.
Oh, I
Like,
don't know
think
what it's
like
about.
that bad that people haven't actually seen it.
It's Jared Leto
I don't think they
vampire
made money.
versus Matt Smith vampire, and that's all I know.
Matt Smith does a dance in it.
Yeah, he just and he's ripped. He's fucking ripped.
I know that. Yeah.
Jesus, Matt
He's
Smith.
just- he's working out. He's getting ready to play the Doctor again in the 60s.
Chad Doctor. Look at my chin, it's massive.
Comes back and he's just wearing no shirt the whole time.
And he goes, "Oh, Geronimo." No, is that Geronimo? Geronimo's him in it. Yeah. I almost forgot. It's been that long since I've watched the OG gamers. What were we talking about? MCU. Yeah, good fun.
Morbius.
That. Yeah. Did you guys watch Multiverse of Madness? We've already talked about it, haven't we?
Watched it. No, we haven't.
Oh, I really can't be
James
bothered.
and I briefly did.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. There you go.
I thought it was really good. I really loved Scarlet Witch and Elizabeth.
I thought it was
Olsen,
fucking
and
shit.
I thought she was awesome.
You thought it was
Do
shit?
you not like Multiverse of Madness?
The more time goes by, the more I'm like, what a weird, not very good.
Or
film, to be
AKA,
honest,
that
but,
also
you know.
means the
No,
more
dude,
videos
that
I
was
watch
really
on the
good,
internet
man.
telling
I
me
thought-
it's bad.
I've not watched a
that's
single video on
bullshit.
Morbius.
That's
I've not watched
bullshit.
a single video on Morbius.
Not Morbius. What do you mean Morbius? You're talking about
not
Doctor
Morbius. Sorry, the Multiverse of Madness. I came out of the cinema after watching Multiverse of Madness, and I said to Elva, I was like, I don't know what I thought about that
Just a
because
little
I really
cinema
wanted to
critic,
like
aren't you?
it. Like I really wanted to like it because I knew there was so much hype for it, but I couldn't like it, and it.
But there are
like,
too many
and
cinema
the more time's
sins.
gone by, the more I've just fell into this I just don't like it, and that's fine. I don't need to convince myself to like it.
Why? It's got cinematography.
There's some elements that I like, There's some bits where I'm like, that was good. There's some stuff with Wanda that I think was good, although I don't think her motivations are good. I think it's a bit comes completely out of nowhere, which is just so odd to me. I was trying to convince myself that this makes sense. It makes sense, but I was like, it kind of doesn't coming out of WandaVision.
It happened. You see
just felt
at
a
the
bit
end of
weird.
WandaVision. She becomes
but
obsessed with the
why?
idea of her kids in the multiverse. That's the whole point.
But her whole arc in WandaVision is to overcome that dream
No,
reality
it's
and
not.
the fake reality, and to be. Yes, it is. That's the whole.
It was
point
to
of her
overcome
arc.
Westview, wasn't it? And Vision. It wasn't about her kids. It was about Vision.
Yeah, but it was to realize because you have this moment at the end where she's talking to people, she's so remorseful for it. It's like, oh god, I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did all this, and then all of a sudden she's evil. And it's a bit weird. I thought they'd gradually have it happen, not just it starts off and bam, she's just still evil. I thought there'd be some sort of
I don't think she's still evil. No, but they established they also, this is spoil as well. They also established the fact that she's only evil because she's taken that book and that corrupted.
But that's dumb to me. That's just
what the fuck do you mean?
Just-
Oh, what?
Have you watched
and
any
Hayden
MCU
Christensen
movie where the
in
villain is
Star
literally-
Wars getting fucking
Dude, no,
turned by
but
Palpatine isn't.
George,
the same thing.
George.
Yeah.
The thing though is that doesn't make sense is look at every villain in every MCU movie. They establish
and
them
they're
right
mostly
at the start.
shit. They're mostly terrible.
Why are you like this now? Why are you being like this now?
What do you
They're
mean?
They're not terrible. They're
They
like
are.
every movie.
There's
every
like
movie has villains like this.
good
It's not even just
MCU
MCU
villains.
movies. It's not even just MCU. What superhero action movie doesn't have this sort of setup.
No,
where
but no, it's fine.
There's some sort of complication that causes the villain to be the villain. Right, there's some sort of motivation setup. What's wrong with an ancient book that's explored in depth in the movie being the cause of the corruption? How is that bad or any worse to anything else?
Because one, it's never really explored or explained, but also
it is.
Wonder.
It is
like,
later on in the whole movie.
Why have this
it's part of the
arc
ending.
if you're just gonna go, no depth to it? She just turns evil because evil book. Like that's just there's nothing to that. That doesn't do anything.
Because it's
for me.
fun, James. It's fun, man.
That's such a boring piece of writing. It's just lazy.
You're
lazy. The MCU
it's a fucking comic book movie, and it's
actually, so you shouldn't critique it. There should be absolutely no critique of the comic book movie. So any movie that you don't like,
but it's not. But you're not critiquing.
You're not
critiquing.
It's just good.
No, but you're not critiquing it like, in comparison to another comic book movie. You're just like, and you're now saying your critique of it was, but every MCU villain's bad. I'm like, well, then what are we even talking about? Then what are we even talking about?
Most of them are bad.
So you don't like the MCU movies because you're saying you don't like this movie because the villain sucks and doesn't make sense.
There's a lot of movies I do like, but that normally the pros outweigh the cons. It's like this is just one of the things in the film where I'm like, that to me just didn't feel justified. But it's also because it's Wanda. Like other villains, they're introduced as a brand new character and they're the villain character, so it makes sense. But when you're looking at Wanda, like she's been a hero this whole time, and it's just coming out of that WandaVision arc. It just felt so odd to me because you could have fixed that whole issue in Multiverse of Madness if in WandaVision you just had the ending be a little bit different. It just felt so oddly jarring to go from the ending of WandaVision to bam, she's just like completely evil from the very offset.
But the whole point of WandaVision is that she never actually sort of saw the truth of what she needs to do. Like she never learned that lesson. That's why at the end it shows her with the Darkhold, because it's obvious that she just sort of wanted to save the people of Westview.
She's found this new side of herself. She's just learned that she's a witch.
That is true.
Like
she knows she's like tempted by the power that she knows she has now. It's like fuck it,
but
dude.
doesn't understand it yet. And then she explored it, and then you see her at the end get pulled out of it, and she's like, fuck, I went way too deep into this.
If anything, I do agree that it maybe shouldn't have been. It should have been built up over the course of a few movies.
Isn't the first mistake she's made. Look at Civil War. Like, she's a character that's literally, like, goes through this constantly. It's a whole part of her arc. And,
yeah, but that was, like, an accident, and they brush over it. Like, they never go,
but then she claimed
that's adding to her.
But all of them were to her. They're just getting worse and worse and worse as it goes. Westview was as well from her trauma. Then this was because the Darkhold and her trying to explore her magic, and she went too deep into that. Like, she's just made mistakes. It's a part of her character.
It's not even my main issue, because like I do think it's a bit jarring, but it's not my main issue, because Wanda's actually my favorite part of the film. Like, I think she's the best part of the movie, to be honest.
This is backpedaling.
No.
Massively, George. No,
exactly
George.
like what I've said with the other villains.
He was just saying she was
like I'm telling you. No, I never said that. I'm critiquing her motivation for being a villain.
Josh,
but if you overlook that and you decide, oh, actually, okay, yeah, her motivation's whatever, that I don't like him. But when you actually look at her as a character, like, you kind of got to accept that that's just the case of the film and be like, okay, well, how is she portrayed as a villain? If that's what they're doing, I might not agree with the motivation for that, but how is it portrayed? Well, actually, it's done really well. So, like, you skip over how you get to that
I get what
you just called all MCU villains shit. You literally used the example, yeah, but I think all MCU villains are shit.
Vulture and fucking I don't know who else.
Killmonger.
Like, people say Killmonger's good. Like,
he's good.
He's pretty good.
You got Iron,
but like
Iron,
you know,
what's his name? Fucking
fucking Ironmonger from Iron Man 1, or fucking like all the Iron Man villains suck.
Is that a name?
Like Bucky is not Bucky. Well, I guess Bucky.
The Winter Soldier.
You got like Zemo as well. Those are like good.
Zemo was very good.
But like they're so few and far between. Like, you know, you look like who's the fucking Doctor Strange one? Just like so whatever. Like,
yeah, but the stories are mainly about the heroes. I mean, I do agree we should have better villains for sure, but it doesn't.
I feel like you could do both. I feel like it doesn't. The villains are never a detriment to the hero's story, and that's why I do enjoy the MCU, because I'm like, the villains, they suck, and they're just like kind of there, but because everything else is usually really strong, I'm like, look, it's whatever, I'll just forget about it.
Yeah.
But I think for Doctor Strange, just what bothered me, I mean, I think what bothered me the most is the amount of, the script just felt, I don't know, the dialogue just didn't hit me right. There's so many moments where I was like, oh, that was a bit of a weird choice of dialogue, and I just can't get over that's just how it made me feel. And there's just moments where there's just so much like random stuff that happens just for exposition that never goes anywhere. And I really wanted to like America, and I think she has so much like like potential there, but I couldn't tell you like more than maybe like 2 things about her. Like, I just feel like she took such a backseat.
She
and
can
acted way more
travel
as a plot
multiverse
device
and
than a character. Because it's like they have her do
she
things
had
when
2
she needs
mums.
to. And it's like, oh well, why at the end she like overcomes everything, but all it took was
You're
Doctor
that
Strange
talk show host now,
going.
George, just laughing when he shouldn't laugh. Funny or not?
Is it funny or
America has
not,
2
boys?
mums.
America got 2 months. I mean, it was just crazy. This is crazy. I just can't even fathom that.
I think
Okay,
like,
that's a joke.
They cut that scene out in China.
Did they
or
actually?
something
They
that they were
did.
going to,
They
and
did,
Disney
yeah.
and didn't release. So the movie isn't releasing in China, or maybe somewhere in the Middle East or something.
I think it was. I think it was China.
because of 2 mums. And Disney's like, well, then we're not putting out the movie.
Damn. Yeah.
They also asked for them to take out the Statue of Liberty, I think, in No Way Home.
Oh,
so it
yeah,
didn't
they
release
did,
in
yeah.
How do you
China.
do
So,
that?
like, that's insane. How much money No Way Home made? I assumed it had to have come out in China, and it didn't, because that's a
That's
huge market.
wild.
Wait, how did they
Actually,
redo the VFX for that? Because like, what about the bit where
They didn't. They said no. They told them to
Oh,
fuck
okay,
off.
okay. I'm
they tried to
surprised.
get
Disney
fucked.
love money.
Me too. I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't just set it somewhere else. They were like, well, we don't set it on the Statue of Liberty, I guess.
God, we didn't. Even, I
But they
didn't
didn't.
mean to talk about the MCU for this long. Fuck it now.
Yeah, no. we
Started
can
off with
stop now.
She-Hulk, and we
It
got
doesn't
into
matter.
some old shebang there. Fucking hell.
It does happen.
What else did I talk
Obi-Wan
about?
this Friday. Can't fucking wait for that.
Obi-Wan.
Oh, yes.
Apparently, like the
Yeah,
writer or
I've been-
director's been comparing to the Joker. Apparently.
Oh, yeah.
And Logan.
They were like,
Well, I think in Logan, I think it's more that she's referring to it's like a character piece in a dark time.
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
character.
yeah. It's just
I hope
funny.
so. I hope that's
Headlines
what
are
it's
just
called,
funny, where it's like, oh, Obi-Wan like the Joker. It's like, what?
Obi-Wan is going to be like the
Dancing
Joker.
around in like some bathroom on Tatooine. Like, it's fucking...
I just,
No,
I hope
I think
with,
it's more of a character exploration piece.
yeah.
Is what I think it is. Like a
Yeah.
character study.
Yeah.
Those are character study films.
Yeah, I think with Obi-Wan, I hope that the movie doesn't fall into the same thing that like the MCU TV shows sometimes do, which is that like it's really strong and then the last episode falls off. Like I hope the whole thing is just one nice, solid piece from start to finish.
Yeah, it has
but
to be.
I mean, if they do want to do a big fight in the end, and the big fight is Obi-Wan versus Vader, and that's where they're putting the fight, then I guess you can do your big fight and have it be satisfactory as well. So I think
Yeah,
that's
I really
probably gonna
like.
be pretty
I don't
good.
expect it to be fucking perfect because none of these Star Wars things are ever perfect.
No.
None of them are perfect. It doesn't
I
matter.
mean,
what they are, but there's-
neither's Revenge of the Sith, and we love it. So
I fucking it's
You
my favorite Star Wars movie is Revenge of the Sith.
That's crazy.
I just fucking love it, and I.
It's
love...
kind of shit though, Tyler, if you think about it, because why does Anakin become
no, I
evil?
get-
Like he just
no,
he just suddenly turns.
Yeah, but that's a fair
George,
criticism of that.
I'm not disputing that. I don't disagree that that's shit. But I still love it anyway because it's mostly nostalgia, right?
Oh, I love
like,
it
it's
as well.
mostly
I
I'm
love
overlooking
Revenge of the Sith.
I love
that.
it, yeah.
Because like I'll like headcanon it, right? Because you're like, well, he loves Padme, and I know they do try to talk about Attack of the Clones from Phantom Menace, like Anakin had this relationship with Palpatine and they really got along, but you don't really see that. You've just got to kind of accept that so many things happen off screen in the prequels.
It's
There's
not
so
off
much
screen.
like
It's in the Clone Wars television show, and if you
It
watch
isn't-
it, Revenge
it's
of the
true.
Sith becomes even better. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
he had to deal with the loss of Ahsoka. You get to see him interact with Palpatine all the time. He has a difficult relationship with Obi-Wan. It's great.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is,
Yeah, well, but if you don't watch the shows, for example, and you're just like someone that's I'm showing you the movies, right? Like, let's watch the movies. You'd be like, how does that make sense? And because it's hard because so much of those movies have dialogue. They're like they'll have dialogue explaining things that they should have shown rather than showing the things. The movie
Yeah,
is
they
never
do
about
that.
what they should be showing, and the prequels are really just them having scenes of weird, awkward dialogue explaining relationships that you should have seen on screen. They tell you that Anakin's the best pilot and Anakin's the most experienced Jedi, but they never fucking show you in Revenge of the Sith.
Honestly, don't
They
even
have him kill
know-
a he kills no Master Jedi. He just kills kids and then loses a fight. I'm like, that's not the best Jedi warrior in the Clone Wars. Like, you need to watch the Clone Wars show to see that, right? You don't see that in Revenge of the Sith. Like, there's so many flaws to it. I get it, but like, what are the things I love about it? I love Hayden Christensen's Anakin. I love Ewan McGregor's Obi-Wan. I love the music. I love the prequel vibe, and that at least Revenge of the Sith has like a decent plot of an individual film from start to finish. Has at least a more cohesive plot of what the movie is trying to explain to you. Order 66 scene's awesome. Once Order 66 gets hit, if you accept when he becomes Vader, you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. That's a bit like, obviously it's a bit much, but let's just pretend cool. He's evil now. He's Darth Vader, and he's just named Darth Vader for no reason. And then
He's cool.
Like from that point on, the movie just fucks so hard from that moment. With Order 66, the music, the Jedi dying, the younglings, the Padme stuff, the Obi-Wan dynamic, and that fight at the end. And then you've got Battle of the Heroes theme, which is my favorite Star Wars music of all time.
Battle of Heroes
is
so
Battle
good.
of Heroes. And like that lightsaber fight as well, Yoda fighting Palpatine, I just fucking love it. And the way it connects to A New Hope, and, you know, I just love it. I thought the last 45 minutes of Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars shit of all time. I just fucking love it. So I can't wait for this Obi-Wan show that follows on from that. I just can't wait. And I'm sure it'll have plenty of faults about it, this show. I'm sure it'll be like everything Star Wars where it's a bit fucking shit in some ways.
Yeah,
but
there'll
if
be
you just give me some
something in there.
great Darth Vader moments, great Obi-Wan moments, and have them fight at the end, I'm sure I'll be able to rewatch and look at it fondly.
Give me some flashbacks to like Clone Wars or like Revenge of the
Agreed.
Sith sort of era stuff.
I'd love to see
like
that,
you know when they're joking about while they're in their starfighters and stuff, and like they're infiltrating the ship at the beginning of the film, stuff like that, dude. But like flashback stuff where it's just Obi-Wan and Anakin just going through the motions of being a Jedi.
But
and...
even showing moments that if you've watched Clone Wars, you've seen it. But let's say you haven't seen Clone Wars, you're just a live action person. You just watch the Disney Plus.
You'd be doing
shows,
yourself
for
a disservice
example,
if you're just live action person.
But dude, this is most people, right?
It
Like,
is,
this is the
it is.
majority of like my mates that will watch Obi-Wan because they love Star Wars.
But if
and
you
they
said,
grow up
"Hey
people
guys,
like
watch
me.
Clone
But they've never
Wars,"
watched fucking.
would they
they've
go,
never watched
"Hey
fucking Clone Wars,
man,
they never
what?
will."
Don't tell the women about this, boys. We got a fucking gay pussy in here."
More or less, George. More or less, you're accurate there.
Brilliant.
But what I mean is, like, I'd love to see flashbacks because obviously Obi-Wan's very carrying a lot of guilt, right?
Yeah.
Of Anakin becoming Darth Vader, but maybe like for him, he'd also be going through those moments of like, how did I not see this? How could I have stopped it? So even seeing flashbacks of guilt of those moments that he like, I should have seen it then. You know what I mean? Like flashback moments during the Clone Wars live action, Hayden Christensen, Ewan McGregor playing the characters as Anakin and Obi-Wan, where Anakin's has those dark side moments. Like you see them again in Clone Wars, right? Like Anakin has those moments of temptation, or when he kills someone when he shouldn't have killed someone, or like just been really angry at something. Wasn't there a storyline about some dude that was trying to fuck Padme and he got beat the shit out of him or something like that?
I mean, I only got ever like halfway through
happened,
season 2.
I've seen a scene. I've seen like Clone Wars scenes, like when I wanted to see, like Anakin moments or whatever. Like I wanted to understand Ahsoka bits, I think, and that was like one of them. And there's anyway, I just think it'll be cool to see flashbacks with Obi-Wan sort of noticing things that Anakin did, and he's like, "Fuck, I should have seen that. How could I have stopped it?" And you know. Those would be the good moments I think you'd want to pick as flashbacks, because it would also, again, add to Revenge of the Sith and be like, oh, yeah, okay. You forget that these other things happen and that's why it turned bad.
You gotta have that nice hopeful stuff as well. Sorry, you go, James.
Yeah, I think it'd be...
You've got to end with hope, but you can't start with hope.
Oh, no, it's got to be dark and progressively get sort of more hopeful.
Yeah. I think if you're doing flashbacks as well to moments where Obi-Wan notices... like, you know, where he could have potentially helped Anakin. If you have those moments also reflect Luke as well, I think it would be a good sort of mirroring that when you then watch the original trilogy, you've got these choices that Luke's making where you can see Obi-Wan reflecting and think, like, because he, like, you know, tells him not to go to Bespin to help his friends when they're in trouble. And that could be like you know, him thinking back to Anakin was like, well, that was the path Anakin went down. Instead of finishing his training and focus on his studies, he was so attached to people that he cared about, and that led him down the dark path. I think it'd be cool
really
to see
it was the but what Obi-Wan missed, right? And again, it's the mistakes of the Jedi. It was like it was the tear between the you shouldn't do this and the love he has for like friends and his loved ones. Like it was the pull between the Jedi and his love and those feelings he had. Whereas I think Luke obviously didn't have that culture of the Jedi pulling him back. He's just like, I'm gonna follow my own path and be a Jedi. Star Wars sort of like, man, Star Wars, the Skywalker saga sucks. Like, it really is just like those sequel movies are so bad.
Yeah.
And I wanted them to be good, and I loved them while they were going on because I was so hopeful for them, and I loved The Force Awakens, and I was like, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
Like, and then they just fucking absolutely fumbled it so fucking bad.
Yeah, now that whole era is over.
The prequels at least have a concept behind them from start to finish. The prequels are better than the sequels, I think. I'm really
obviously. Without doubt.
Definitely.
Anyone that God, no.
They're
Sequels are
overall
shit.
like as an idea and a concept better. Like individual films, they're obviously worse in the sense of like the acting's not as good, the dialogue's way shitter, and they're made way poorer. Like the
characterization though is far superior.
Agreed, 100% agreed.
Yeah,
but I just mean like the production of the sequels is incredible. It's amazingly filmed and directed.
Yeah,
the music's
I agree.
obviously incredible as always. They've got some great actors within. I think better in the sequels. Like Adam Driver is one of the best actors.
Oh yeah, Adam Driver's fucking great. He makes the sequels good enough to watch. He is the
only saving grace. Of the sequels. I think he's incredible in all three movies. He's great. His story arc's consistent, amazing. Love him. They from start to finish, amazing character. Everyone else can get fucked.
Yeah.
They fumbled him completely.
Like even unfortunately,
fumbled
like
Luke
Finn,
so hard.
like Finn was fucked. Like
fumbled Finn, fumbled Poe in the end.
Fumbled Rey big time.
Oh, such a fumble! Such a
Rey's just she has no screen presence. She's nothing.
But they didn't have any, because they had no idea who she was. They just made it up as they went with her character. Whereas you knew Ben Solo was Ben Solo. Like, he has a history because of who he is as a character. They're like, well, she's nobody. Oh, actually, she's somebody, but maybe she's not. Oh, she is, actually.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't even know what they were doing with her because they didn't have an identity for her. And when they finally picked an identity for her, it's like, this doesn't even make sense based on who we know that she is the two previous movies. Like, and I loved that they brought the idea of bringing back Palpatine. Great idea.
Oh,
but the fact that it was clearly not set up, not planned, fumbled, poorly explained. They just did it so bad. They couldn't have done it worse.
Yeah.
They just couldn't have done it worse.
Like, I know it's something that it happened in Legends, didn't it, at some point? But like, I don't even think they should have done it.
Made it really good.
Nah.
Like, if you had set up from the beginning and it was clear that you've been building to this, like, it's Palpatine the whole time, I'm fine with that. Like,
I still find that so boring.
Nah. I love, because seeing Ian McDiarmid play Palpatine, and don't get me wrong, it was fun to see him in the movie in Rise of Skywalker, but it was shit to do that they did that.
Yeah.
And it just made everything, so many things make no fucking sense. And
like,
he
he had a bunch of Star
these
Destroyers
ships
under the
in
ground.
ice, and then you see, like,
Why did he put him there?
But also, there's just people working on all of them.
Yeah, but they were living
Like,
underground
like,
for like 30
what
years.
the fuck are we talking
And like when they're like, oh, we don't know which way is up. What the fuck? Just fly up, bro. It's like when the Star Destroyers can't see through the storm, whatever the fuck it is, or whatever bullshit they're trying
and then
to
they
have.
just try to do Endgame, like literally have the moment where the portal scene where all the ships get there, and then they literally do the I am Iron Man moment with I am all the Jedi.
And
it's like,
so
nah,
cringe.
You just,
So
it really
bad. And,
is like
it's so
Endgame
weird, like,
earned
why
all
you
of
got
those
fucking-
and made them like epic, and then you've got Rise of Skywalker that's just cringy as
Rey is just getting a little telepathic message from Mace Windu, and suddenly she can beat the fucking Emperor.
I hate it.
So
I hate
dumb.
it. It's basically the power
so
of
dumb.
friendship. That's literally what it is. That's literally
And
what
she
it
doesn't
is.
even know him.
You can't
She
do
doesn't know any of those characters. It means nothing to Rey.
She hears
She's like, I don't
Ahsoka,
know. I
and
know
she's like,
Luke
what?
and Leia.
Obi-Wan, here's Anakin.
Yeah. She's like, I don't know who these people are.
Bring
Like,
balance to the Force like I did. Like, what?
Yeah, it's like you're left to assume that Luke told her all these stories of people that he used to know. I guess he didn't even fucking know any of them.
No,
he didn't
Luke
know
didn't
any
know
of them.
either.
He knew Obi-Wan for like a bit. Maybe
Yeah,
Yoda.
for like an hour.
Maybe Yoda told her. But I don't know why he cared.
Oh,
Yoda probably
so-
is like,
the
I
one
can't
good
be
thing
asked
they
to talk
did,
to you.
the one good thing they did in the Rise of Skywalker was once again, I actually think the fact that Carrie Fisher was dead, the whole production of that, they managed to fit her in at least a meaningful way that didn't feel like they were using old scenes they never used. Like, it actually felt like, oh wow.
I mean, it did a bit. It
did a bit,
feel
but
like...
but to be fair, that's pretty impressive of how they managed to.
Well,
do
yeah,
it.
in terms
Like,
of what
knowing
they had to
that
work
she-
with. I still didn't like it.
I was like, They made her like a Jedi Master training. I was like, that's nice that they did that. Like, Princess
sentiment.
Leia deserves that.
She deserved to be
like
a Force user. To be fair.
Yeah, I liked the sentiment a lot, and also another thing I really liked was just Ben Solo. I loved Kylo Ren.
Oh yeah, God, I love him through
his
all
scene
the
with
movies.
Han was great. His connection with Leia,
really
like his relationship through the whole series with Leia, Han, like, and that tear between the good and the bad. His arc was great.
Yeah,
he was great, and the fact that he's wielding fucking Anakin's lightsaber.
Yeah, it's cool.
And he's the most of all the family. Like, I know he's Han Solo. Like, he's Han Solo's
Wait, it's
son.
not
But he's
Anakin's
also
lightsaber. Oh, you mean the actual end of the film? Like the end of the Rise of Skywalker. Yeah, that is cool.
The end of the Rise of Skywalker.
But how are
He's
they
got
throwing
Anakin's
the
fucking
lightsaber
lightsaber
through reality when they're passing it to each other? When Rey and
Magic Force, the Magic Force power.
I hate that shit. Why'd they introduce that?
Nah, dude. I'm fine with it. You've got to be able to introduce new Force powers in Star Wars, right? It's a Star Wars movie.
You're not
you
allowed.
Can't just invent. They're only in these movies. What we've established in these 3 movies about the Force, that's it, and nothing else can be created. That's bullshit.
I mean, I think you can introduce new things, but I think when it becomes like a running theme that you can just include whatever you want as a plot contrivance, it becomes like you set this precedent of like, well, if Rey needs Force healing, she can do it, and if Rey needs to teleport a lightsaber, she can also just do it now.
I like that. I don't like how it was done because there was no explanation of how they just knew how to heal people, but I like that a theme of the last movie in the Skywalker saga was, and this again is only for Ben Solo's story arc, is the only thing I enjoyed in this sequel trilogy. The fact that he dies fighting, he dies by healing and saving the one he loved, which is what Anakin tried to do. It's like he literally was the rhyme of Anakin.
Well, that's true.
And,
Actually, yeah. In terms of like the mirroring,
that
makes
sense.
But
his arc was just so perfect to the way it mirrored Vader's, and I loved that. That's why it actually meant something. As a prequel kid that loves Anakin, to see a character like Ben Solo, where we got to see that full comeback to good without having to be like, I look like fucking zombie and I have to wear a big suit. He got to be Ben Solo again. He got to be a person again, and he was wielding Anakin's lightsaber. I'm like, that's an earned moment, and he's the only character that's earned a cool moment at the end of this. No. And we didn't get to see much of him with it, which sucks, but it was just that perfect mix. And the way he acts, where he had that little bit of it's my favorite part of the movie where he fights the Knights of Ren, who was shit, but like he sort of does that Han Solo like cocky little shrug.
Yeah,
and then he just goes. I'm like, fuck, he's perfect. He's Anakin's grandson and he's Han Solo's son.
I think Rey should have died.
Mix.
I think Rey should have died, to be honest, instead of Ben, because it would have been like, this time, the dark fucking side of the Force, like the dude that was meant to be the replacing the Darth Vader, he survived, and the Luke Skywalker copy died.
Yeah, I guess, but he got to do what Anakin couldn't, which was save the world.
Yeah,
He learned it by going to the light rather than being.
You guys are trying to act as if any of the things they had in the film they actually set up and it was well executed. It really wasn't.
I can't not be a little bit like it.
It was so bad. All of it. Nah, none of that film. I mean, fair enough. Maybe enclosed sections of the movie where he's doing cool stuff, but none of the story themes in that film hit at all to me. I can't. I hate that film.
I like Ben Solo. I'm fine with him in all of them. I'm fine with him in all 3 of those movies. And that's it. And there's no other
even the bit where he
character
kisses Rey, and it's like never been set up that he ever had any feelings for her.
That was so bad.
That bit's great.
No, I mean it was pretty set up through The Last Jedi.
Oh no, I don't think it was. I don't think it was. It was him like stalking her and like fucking telling her she's nothing.
No, they were definitely they definitely had like she definitely. Had,
I never got it.
I definitely.
I would much prefer Rey Finn.
It was implied. Yeah,
I
was
definitely
not
thought it was set up pretty well. Like at
implied.
the end of the movie, he's like, "Take my hand," and she's like, "I want to." All this stuff, and she's like, "I want to."
That's not romantic to me.
That
could be platonic. Oh no, I know James is always a Reylo man. He always loved the idea of that, but
no, I mean, I think coming out of The Last Jedi, I was like, yeah, there's definitely something there, but I just don't think the Rise of Skywalker.
They hated each other by the end of that film. They hated each other. What do you mean?
Well, yeah, no, that's what I mean. What is the?
You're just a fan of that enemies to lovers arc. You just love it.
Jedi.
You can't resist it.
I just thought they set it up. I think thought they set it up.
They didn't, though.
They did. They actually, though, they literally actually did, though, didn't they, George? You know what I mean? Because they kept having scenes of them, like, almost fucking crying. He's got his shirt off and shit.
What does that mean?
They
love each other. He's crying. He's got his shirt off.
It's a romantic arc.
He pulls the glove off. They do the hand touch, and like it gets like romantic. And like after they like fight and like they have all this, they're obviously having this conflict of like the light and the dark, the Sith, the Jedi, and like she's like, I wanted to take your hand, Ben's hand, and it's like,
no,
oh god.
I always
I'm not
saw
saying it was done
like,
well. I'm just saying it was set up obviously to be romantic.
I always saw them as like almost
that.
siblings in a way because their families are so close.
Nah.
When
they're sitting in the hut,
you're dumb, bro.
In the nighttime with the rain outside, and they're like touching each other's hands and shit. Like, and then Luke comes in like a fucking parent who's caught his fucking young daughter kissing a boy.
See, that's why it was weird because I was almost seeing her as like Luke's like little, almost like a daughter in a sense, in the way that he was treating her.
You're so.
And I just saw them two as siblings.
But he's not like.
I just saw them two as siblings. It fits way more. It'd be way cooler instead of just, oh, they fucking love each other, bro.
No, I think it would be better if they did something more like that with it. Like, I don't think that this is executed in a good way.
I guess because I just never thought they would do a romance between them. That I just didn't believe it at the time.
I don't know what movies you were watching. To be honest, if you didn't think
I just don't think there was any tension there. There was no like attraction. There was no like, I don't know. It just didn't seem like it to me. I never had that.
All of their scenes together were only tension. That's all they did.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
It didn't hit me that way.
But you didn't. Yeah, you hated them obviously more than I do. I don't like them. I don't think they're good. But I loved Ben Solo as a.
I really liked Kylo Ren. I thought he was great. He was a good guy.
Yeah. I really love him. The only thing I don't like is that his turn to the light was like because his mother died. Also, like he got stabbed. I mean, I feel like that's. She died and then he got stabbed because she called to him through the Force, and then he let his guard down, and then Rey stabbed him. And then from that, he just thought, you know what? Yeah, you know what? Fuck all this. I'm gonna be a good guy now. No, I disagree. It was a better turn to the light than it was a turn to the dark side. It was for sure. And I still think it's a bit weak. With Han, like that sort of Force, like.
Fucking hate Star Wars, man, so much. I fucking hate it.
Star Wars is absolute
Anyway,
shit.
shout out to Obi-Wan on Disney+.
Yeah, go stream it.
Wait.
You want to go stream Obi-Wan? Do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what voice that is.
With that said, let's fucking wrap this shit up. Hey? Let's wrap this shit up.
Oh, jeez, I'm so sweaty.
Oh god, what a long episode.
Yeah, I'm gonna go play some fucking Elden Ring.
You're
That's
welcome.
What I'm gonna do.
Yeah. You're all welcome.
I think this was a good episode. We've had some really funny bits. We've had some good chat. We've had some videos, you know? Yeah, we're loving it.
It's always a good time. Thank you, everyone, for listening, tuning into this episode of the Four Pillars Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Four Pillars Network on YouTube, and, of course, rate us on iTunes and SoundCloud and Spotify and everywhere on podcast services. That actually really does help push us up in algorithms and spread to, depending on what podcasts you watch, other gaming podcasts, when they watch people that are fans of them will pop up on listeners also listen to, things like that. So be sure, rate us, like us, follow us on all those platforms. It will really help grow the show. We'll see you all next time here on the Four Pillars Network for the Four Pillars Podcast. Thanks everyone for tuning in. And goodbye.
We'll see you later.
See you later.
Bye.